Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. I appreciate you all once again for finding the time to join me this morning for this particular edition of the Blue Morning Show. Today we have a mix-up of some news items to discuss, some reports, and also then we will get to the match preview for Chelsea's home game against Leicester City in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We'll also get into the match a lineup of prediction exercise where we will try to correctly predict Mauricio Pochettino's selection for the game on a Sunday. But that's, by the way, more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all for finding the time to join me this particular morning. Sit back, relax, and let's get into it without wasting much of your time. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. Again, I hope you're all doing well. Today we'll talk about Chelsea, Mauricio Pochettino, and just some other news items we have lined up, and then get into the match preview exercise proper, plus the lineup prediction exercise also. And I know you will all like it. But that's, by the way, let's say hello to those in the chat. And my bro, Constantine Dunn. Almost always the first to be in the chat. And the soundboard has refused to work properly, which is usually a sign that the Bluetooth game is close by. Nightbot is working with a lot of issues. I have to some stuff. I wanted to say hello different to some people. And it's not working for us. Other stuff I wanted to be doing. We want to be using it for the giveaway stuff, but we'll figure it out. Nice to see you, Constantine Dante, and Vic is in the house. Unfortunately, my soundboard isn't working properly. But Vic, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Yep, thank you. Almost always two people, but I think the person that always arrives on time more than anyone else is the Maya Forward, but it's all love. Constantine Dante doesn't have discipline. Let me hear what he has to say to me right now. For even having the guts to say that. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We will get to the items we have lined up in it. But just give me a few seconds to make sure they are in order that I want them to be. There you go. I think it is, really. It wasn't, actually. So I had to do that for it to work. Let me make sure they are fully loaded before we go into anything. That's, by the way, and Vic, just people saying hello to each other there. Let's go. The first item here, still loading. I'm not sure why it's taking 1,000 years. This is Mauricio Pochettino saying that veteran Thiago Silva can learn what it takes to be a coach by being in a dressing room full of players half his age. Yeah, that hasn't even occurred to me. But here's the thing. I think it's a good thing. Yeah, but I think, I don't know. Well, I think it's a good experience for him, really. Given that a lot of the players will be looking up to him for guidance. So I agree. There's so much to learn. I don't want to go the direction that my mind actually triggered me to take the conversation to. That would have been very poor of me, but I'm glad I didn't do that. Yeah, just saying hello to each other. And we have Kuroja, the Seagull 27. Let's hope it's not going to end like the Leeds one. Yeah, let's get it done one time. And continue focusing on the league until the next one comes around. I think I agree with you. But nice to see you, Kuro. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you. How do you what should I be called? What should I call you? Your first name? If that's the case, please put your first name in the chat there. I'd really appreciate that. We have 18 people watching, nearly 50% of that on X. We appreciate you all. If you're following the show on X, just know that we appreciate you. But if you don't mind, please take a second, follow our X account, and also, if you don't mind, do like the videos on X, and you should actually come and join us on YouTube. And I'm telling you that there's a reason I'm telling you that. Yeah, that's because we do give away for our members who are students every month. And if you're a student, you never know. Chances are you will emerge the next winner of our giveaway for our students. Let's see. And Arnold Schwarzenegger will say, "You lack discipline." I'll be back, John. I'll be back, John, and I'll be waiting. Okay, but that's, by the way, a lot. Jude is in the house, my bro. I hope you're recovering after going under the knife, like you told us the other day. And again, I know you understand the fact that I haven't called you to speak with you on the phone to know how your recovery is going. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning, my bro. I hope you're doing well. So this one here, Yeah, just saying hello to you. You know what to do when you get a chance. Kujo, big up, and Kuroja. If this is the first time here, welcome. Feel at home. Express yourself. All we ask of you is to keep it civil. Here, your opinion matters. It doesn't matter, except if you're saying for somebody to be unalived. As long as you don't say anything derogatory, or you're not into name calling, we will pay attention to your opinion. Present a counter opinion. That's how we operate. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. In total, we have 22 people watching, and nearly 50% of that on X. Appreciate you. And quickly, before we continue, I want to take a second to appeal to those of you who are watching. More importantly, I appreciate those of you who are watching, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat. Believe me, we know. The statistics tell us, yeah, that you watch the show a lot, and we appreciate that. That's because you provide great value to the community. We want to thank you for that. But here's the problem: a lot of people that watch the show a lot are not subscribed. Yep, they just come here, consume the show, go their way, even though they like it, even though they stayed long enough, which is reflective of the fact that they like the show. They don't subscribe. So here's the thing, please. We ask you to please take a second to drop a like on the video for us. Nobody will know. It takes half a second to do that. And also subscribe to the channel to help us grow the community. And you're welcome actually to participate in the chat. Believe me, you will fit right in because your opinion matters. But thanks, by the way. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So there's nothing much to talk about. This one here, just quickly, I haven't shared the link in the panelist group so that you will get a diversified opinion from the panelists. I don't want to bore you out alone, even though I like interacting with you. And if I have my way, I do shows where it be just you and I. But yeah, it's good to have diversified opinion on the panel, and I learn from that too. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, let me just share the link. I don't have time to start typing a long stuff here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And yes, people, definitely, it's free to subscribe. Yep, definitely. It's free to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And just subscribe. Make sure to turn on the notification button, which means which will help you so that whenever we go live, you'd be notified. You're not going to miss anything. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So we're going to move on to the next item we have lined up immediately without wasting your time so that we can get to the match preview exercise as soon as possible. Let's go. I think I've said this before, just going back to that previous this one here, a particular report here. I've always said that I want Thiago Silva to stay at Chelsea beyond his playing days, and that way he can help nurture this, especially now that we have very young players. He can help nurture them, and that's because his whatever argument he brings to the table in the dressing room, he has the pedigree to back it up. And whenever he speaks, even the manager will listen. It's as simple as that, and I really do want that to happen, really. But let's see what happens. I hope the club keeps him, finds a way to convince him to stay beyond his playing career. And if he is with us, whenever we want to sign a player from South America or anywhere in the world, if he as an ambassador of the club picks up the phone and calls you, you will be elated and would want to come to Chelsea immediately. So I hope he stays. So let's move on to the next report. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Mauricio Pochettino. That is one of his comments during an interview, I guess. Let me see anything else to address before I go to that. What about the other comments? Poch and Silva and the flip-flopping was in full effect again. I haven't seen most of them, but I guess maybe chances are I'd see them because I have a few stuff lined up here. I'll look below the selected comment. Yeah, he's saying Mauricio Pochettino, I am the head coach and I am going to decide if if some people are going to be with me or not, or if I'm going to add more people or not to the touchline. But the most important thing is to reinforce and to be better. Always, we are open to improving. Good to hear. Really good to hear indeed. That's a follow-up comment with regards to this particular report here, which where Mauricio Pochettino says insisted that Chelsea have his blessing to hire a set piece coach. However, he has warned that only he will decide who is allowed in his technical area on game days. Uh, that doesn't sound as if he's really welcoming the idea. I think it comes across as if he feels like they're challenging his authority, or maybe like they're imposing that individual on him. Uh, it just doesn't make sense. I have to be honest with you. I'm a bit confused. I'm not sure how to read this part. So if you're in the chat, let's hear you. What do you make of this particular comment? We've read this one, which implies that yeah, he doesn't care. He welcomes the hiring of the set piece coach. That he does. It's all for the good of the club. But here, it sounds as if it comes across as if he feels like his position or authority is being challenged, or maybe if the club is imposing an individual on him, because he reads Mauricio Pochettino insisted that Chelsea have his blessing to hire a set piece coach, and then this is the part that comes across as if he feels like his authority is being challenged, or the club is imposing someone on him, because he reads, however, he has warned. Maybe if the person reporting this is exaggerating, because he says, however, he has warned that only he will decide who is allowed in his technical area on game days. So it looks like a power play for me. I could be wrong, but that's, by the way, I have every right to speculate. That's because we don't know what's really going on there. And keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 13 likes. We should be doing way better than that. And we are 22 minutes into the show. And please, once again, if you don't mind, if you've been here once, twice, and you like the show, please kindly do us a favor and subscribe, and also like this particular show to help us garner more likes. What about the other comments? You've talked about that, and this says it's on my Twitter page, Coach. If you want to bring it up, you can share with me and I'll bring it up. Poch didn't want him. He should be happy they're helping him, and also speaks Spanish as well. So, like I said, this particular report, this report in particular, comes across as if there's a power play going on there, and him feeling like that he's not really happy. He's pretending to welcome the hiring of a set piece coach, but at the same time, what he's saying implies, comes across as if, he doesn't like that. Obviously, Poch thinks no problem with the set piece coach. Yeah, we're not dumb, right? All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, and I'm going to take a second to take a sip of my delicious coffee. But I'm not going to go to the extent of saying I make good coffee. Every time I say that, I choke on it, so I have to be careful. But really, it's a good coffee, really. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. The new set piece coach, match analyst, is a Mexican. Nothing for Pochettino not to like. That's just you assuming that there's nothing for him not to like. We're not there. Chances are he loves the guy. Chances are he was the person that suggested the club go for him. We don't know. All we can do is speculate. Except if we see a video where both men are seated having a good conversation, or one of the clubs, or one of the owners are sitting with our directors are seated. We see them see them seated with Pochettino having a conversation and agreeing that we should go hire a set piece coach. So all we can do is speculate. And this guy gets a lot of yellow as well. Should fit right in. Yeah. He will feel right at home once he joins us. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 13 likes in total, but we should be doing better than that. The blue I can't say it. I feel like I'm losing my voice in the video. I'm gonna do that anyway for the sake of love. The blue for game. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. He says Poch is a fraud. He's been told he can hire a set piece coach, but he doesn't want him in the stadium or on match day. Yeah, if that happens, then he really does have a problem. The man being part of his coaching staff, then that will most definitely highlight my suspicion you can say from his comments, stemming from his comments, that yeah, it looks like it feels like his authority is being challenged, and he wants to prove that yeah, I'm in charge here. Let's hope we don't concede any set piece on match day. Big up, coach. Big up to you to the Bluetooth game. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Nice to see you, Gavin. I hope you're doing well. Greetings to you. 100% to you too. You know what to do when you get a chance. Soundboard check. Let's check. It probably won't work. It did, but it kind of worked half and half, not fully. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have about 28 people watching, and yep, nearly 50, around 50 of that on X. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We appreciate you all. Some report here. Let's see. From AD always keeps us updated with you can say constant updates in my DM. So the particular report reads: Ivan Toney admits it will be all good if Brentford sell him and get their money this summer. And he says further, as the bees, okay, not him, okay, as the bees forward jokes, he will move to Madrid at the end of the season. So probably, yeah, I think yeah, we understand that where that is coming from, and that's because it's looking like Brentford will be playing next season in the Championship. But I really do not want Ivan Toney at Chelsea. But then again, it's just my opinion. If the club wants him, he comes. Let's see what else we have here. Big up, Bobby Fairview. Nice to see you, brother. This is for you. I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate the show this particular morning. It says, big up, coach. Anybody figured out White Poch was at Brighton game day? I don't know. I think we actually addressed a report trying to address we addressed a report that addressed why he was there with one of his comments. I can't quite remember what he said exactly. It wasn't for scouting purposes. Yeah, I think I can remember a bit. He did say something to the effect of him and the director being there. That's because we'll be playing Brighton when I can't quite remember already. I'm not too sure. Yeah, nothing. Again, maybe they were there to scout Dybala, as a lot of people were speculating, but I'm not too sure. We play Brighton soon, and it's 45 minutes from Cobham. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So that was the particular report I saw. The report said something to that effect too. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. 16 likes. Please, let's try and get it to 100 likes today. We can actually do that, people. Shamelessly, we still beg for likes here, and that's reflective of the fact that, yeah, we're not a big account yet, but we're getting there. We're playing Brighton weeks away, so decided to go and see a live game. Yeah, the distance, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. He said he was preparing for a game in April. Doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, I'm going to move on from that. Mason, nice to see you, Mr. Mason. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is all right with you. Hey, good day, bro. Good day to you, too. Always nice to see you. Looking forward to tomorrow's game and hopefully a win. Want to see the team continue to gel. Yeah, I hope so. Doesn't really make sense, but yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, we go with what he said. Let's move on to the next item, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. All right, this particular report here, give me a chance, give me a second. It says that there are two nutritionists who will control what they are going to eat. We drink water, orange juice, no alcohol. We do not eat too much. We eat protein, green salad, no fries. The idea is to share a time and conversation between the players more like a bonding exercise. But I think at this point, I saw something that somebody said he should probably go open a kebab, a kebab store where he'll be selling that. But that's a joke. It's a good joke. But I think of the bonding exercise for me, I think it's a good idea. In my opinion, it will go a long way. The humans, just much like organizations in your normal that you work for, sometimes do organize this sort of meetings so that people can bond, get to know each other. It does go a long way. The second paragraph they're saying the idea is to share time, a conversation between the players and the staff. The players learn to understand what it means to play for Chelsea. No, no, if they're just having a conversation, that's not where they learn what it means to play for Chelsea. Um, yeah, except if the meetings are more like a class where you have board teaching them what happened in 2012, what happened in 2021, and how many times. Yeah, but this is people. It's a free form conversation. It's not an organized meeting like where in traditional classes where you teach them about the club's history. But I could be wrong. Maybe they do such things there. I don't know. Of course, having a barbecue doesn't mean that afterwards we are going to score goals. But of course, it's about communication, feeling better, yeah, getting to know each other and all that. Like it's not only a training ground where you come to work; it's home. We want to create a good feeling between everyone to get people to fight for the same thing. I think that's just, to an extent makes sense. This has says Mauricio Pochettino has organized a number of team bonding events since taking over to assist with these. Another one was arranged on Friday, this past Friday afternoon, with 120 to 130 people attending. So, and I think when he retires, he's not going to have a problem starting a very good business, where he's been selling kebabs, including the players and coaching staff attending the barbecue at the training ground. Okay, maybe he's tried it somewhere and it has really worked for him. So I'm not going to complain too much. I don't know, but Jude, big up to you and thank you for finding the time to join me on the panel this particular morning. I don't know, you have anything to say to that? I'm not complaining. I'm just saying sometimes it's funny, really, in my opinion. But I understand because I've worked for organizations that organize this sort of meetings or bonding. You can say meetings with workers. I think it does go along with you get to know people, and I'm quite sure there are so many other advantages to that. Um, yeah, I haven't researched it to know what the advantages are. But let's say, Jude, you have anything to add to that when you go ahead.
Yeah,
But
good, yeah. Good morning, coach. Good morning, everyone.
good morning to you too, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I well, it's good to me though because when you just put players in the camp, usually young guys, and
Mm,
you don't try to infuse a little bit of social activity, um, they might, some of them, these days, like Peter Cech said in one of his interview, he said
mm.
any little thing now is mental health. Like anything, nobody wants to challenge themselves. With any little thing, they easily blame mental health. So it's good to organize this kind of bonding once in a while. I think if the players understand, they should see it as a way for them to just unwind themselves and then go back to business. Like when he first came, there was this news report that Pochettino, there was a way he disorganized players from hanging out with each other. Like everybody had their besties and all that. And he felt, yeah, you could have your bestie, but I want you guys to get to know each other because a lot of you are new in this football club. I want you guys to sit together.
And
Different
in all
people.
that, in all honesty, having cliques in a squad can be a problematic.
Exactly, yeah. So he said he doesn't want them to have their clique, especially when they are on duty for Chelsea. Like maybe after the game, you guys can hang out or chat yourself, whatever. But he doesn't want to see a particular set of players being together at all times. So there's a way he moves them all around so that they can just meet this person, get to know him, that kind of thing. So I think it's good. and I think the players would I think they would understand and see the importance of it. But I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing sometimes to get your staffs and workers to unwind themselves. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think people aren't telling. I think the presentation probably makes it come across as because it makes it funny anyway. Like I said, I've worked for organizations that do that, and I know the importance of it. And you could argue it's even more important, especially now that we have a lot of kids. That if clicks, for lack of a better language, they exist, but within the squad, it can lead to some players feeling isolated if they don't have friends within the squad, and I think it makes sense. And the fact that he says specifically, yeah, you have your clicks, but you have other teammates too that you need to know, and I think that will try help. You can say help us reach the level that we want to be from, you can say, in terms of developing good chemistry between the players. So it makes sense. I appreciate you coming in to add your 2 cents to that, for lack of better language. It doesn't really make sense, but that's what he said. Yeah, we're just moving from that. Good morning to you too, Chelsea Archer. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding time to join the show this particular morning. Nightbot is back at work, but a lot of programming going on in the back end, and I worked with it for 2 hours yesterday, plus a lot of issues. I still have hope. He secretly interviewed for Brighton's job. Do I think Brighton will give him that job? Maybe, I don't know. But if he's here, I will support him. I'm not the owners, and I hope he improves so that my club can start doing well. It's all about the after barbecue party where bondage occurs. Wow. I see we lost okay, Osimhen and Tone. Unlikely he wants Madrid. He doesn't want Madrid. He was joking. Who wants him at Madrid? For how much? I don't think Madrid will pay how much Brentford are asking for him. Okay, Latinos like Asada almost every weekend. Yep, it's a cultural thing. None of them know what it means to play for Chelsea. Poch knows what it means to play for Swansea, and our players are now allergic to silverware because of him. Wow, that's some accusations right there, and I think you should go back to work and leave me alone this morning. I'm not Latino, but yes, they love their barbecue. More of a cultural, more of a cultural thing. Barbecues as much as Aussies. Yeah. As a coach, are we paying these players to be more sociable or to win games? Yes, then. I was laughing at the time, but in all honesty, I'm quite sure you were listening when Jude spoke. It's an important to exercise, in my opinion. Bonding exercises or bonding meetings, I'm not sure what's the most correct term to use for that. I think it does go a long way. It's just that the presentation of the reports make it funny. Make you understand, and because probably we're struggling, so people will always say, "Why do we have time to do that?" It works really. And we're here to talk about that. I laughed, I joked about it, but deep down, I know it works. And that's especially true. I'm going to repeat something I've said already. When you have a very young squad, where it clicks, if as far as, let me use a much simpler language. If groups exist within the squad, it could lead it can lead to some players feeling isolated, feeling for lack of a better language, they're isolated. Maybe it's correct, and that can affect his relationship with the teammates, even on and off the pitch. So it does work, but I get it. I get the frustration and amount. I have to be honest with you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Just call it a bondage, coach. I'm not calling it that. No, it sounds like something else. It just sounds like they are being rewarded for being a mediocre. Wow, and failure. They are clearly not responding to it. If that's how you see it, for me, there's no way to say whether they are to say whether they're responding to it or not. In my opinion, I just want my club to do well. I'm tired. What we're going through right now, it's energy draining. Look at the Kai Havertz scoring goals. I'm not saying he's the best player in the world, and Arsenal being in the Champions League quarter final. Yeah, so those things it pained me to watch them make it, but I'm hopeful that Bayern will knock them out. So yeah, given all those things, all the things we're going through, it's easy to nitpick, to find something to start, you can say, to say nothing works. So there's no way to tell whether the bonding exercise, whether it has had, it's having a positive effect on how the players relate to each other, or their respective relationship with each other, for lack of a better language there. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up. This should be actually the list of our concerns, but it's out there, and I'm quite sure members of the community would want us to talk about it. So that's why we've talked about it. Let's go. Here, another one here. Pochettino was asked yesterday whether or not he and Chelsea would want to compete in next season's Europa Conference League. Economically, and with UEFA restrictions, he may not make huge things for the club to take part in it where they're to qualify. Okay, why did that stop here? Why am I not able to see the whole thing? I don't like this. And Pochettino said what, Matt Law? Okay, Pochettino says, yeah, okay. Holy Tumolika. Matt Law isn't verified, and it's not even cannot pay how many dollars to get verified. It's not costly, man. But Matt Law says, yeah, probably feels like it's his right to be verified. So Matt Law says, yeah, if we qualify for the Conference League, we need to accept and respect the competition and go try to win the competition, of course. But we need to accept the reality. I'm not going to say nothing. It's an international competition. Nope. Not an international competition, European competition. Yeah, here's what I'm going to say quickly. You know what? I have nothing to say to this. I just read the comment. If you're in the chat, if you have anything to say there, you go ahead, drop it. Let's hear you. Invitation would have been ripped up before even opening it. Let's see what else we have here. And the coolest sales podcast is in the house. So, bro, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. So, what else I tried to program yesterday? It was working. But I'm not sure how it stopped working. That when a certain it was working to an extent that when somebody joins the chat and you have a YouTube channel and it will say, go check out this person's YouTube channel. I'm not sure why that stopped working, or maybe I wasn't doing it correctly because I'm not too sure. But hello to you too, Tobeho. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 34 people and nearly 50% of that on X, only 50% is only 18 on only 18 people on YouTube. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We can do much better. Coach, I would allow scouts to spy on club and Pep to see how they do it. Sometimes you have to humble yourself and learn from the masters. Yeah, people do that all the time. You copy, you can say you have your own way of doing things, but at the same time, you learn some stuff from other people to become better. You can say sometimes learn the best stuff from other people, add it to what you have, mash it up, and you create an identity for yourself and be even better. Yeah, go ahead, Tabeho, enjoy yourself. Let's see what else we have here. And John is in the house. John, the last time you were here, you told us you weren't doing well. I hope you've recovered fully, or you're still recovering. But nice to see you, John. And we do appreciate you finding the time to join us this particular morning. We have 21 likes. We can do much better than that. Shamefully, we will continue to beg for likes. That's because the likes do go a long way. Poch doesn't copy. He bottles it. I think his thing. I don't know if that's the case, but if you're a human being, there's almost always something to learn from your competition. That's life. You will not progress in whatever you do. You will not be good at what you do if you don't copy from someone else. I'm not saying copy to the extent that people will know that you are trying to be the other person. You take the best of what they do best, take what they do best, add it to what you want to be doing, mash it up, create an identity for yourself. And believe me, you be unique and still be good at that. But that's not me saying he should be doing that. Chances are there's some things he's learned from them already. Chelsea CFC, can you give Pochettino a 5-year contract? Yeah, we'll give him 30 already. We'll see what happens there. What time is kickoff tomorrow? Just give me a second here. What time is kickoff? Let me see if I can find it and give you that information. But we'll get to that in a bit, John. 5 a.m. my time. So what time is that's going to be in UK? I think it was 5 a.m. my time. Yep, I did look at it yesterday. 5 a.m. PST. So maybe you can come. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. Maybe you can convert that to UK time because I know you're in the UK. 21 likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. 41 people watching, and 50% of that on YouTube, and the others on X. Jude, you were listening. I hope you were listening. I hope you've been listening. You have anything else to add to this particular report, or should I move on?
Yeah, we can move on. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with. Let's go. Report we have lined up here to deal with. That's still the Mauricio Pochettino comment. I think this one I'm looking for on the tab of my friend here. Lots of Chelsea comment there. I think it's this one. Let's see. Let me go back here. A few other items here. Just give me a second. And also, I stayed up 2 hours plus yesterday trying to know why we've been finding it difficult to stream in two formats at the same time. It didn't work. Lots of issues. If I want to do that, which means we're not going to use a StreamYard, and that would be an issue. I think that's the window I'm looking for. We've addressed that one. Okay, I think we've read something. Okay, let's go back to this window. So Pochettino here saying Mauricio Pochettino insisted that Chelsea have his blessing to hire a set piece coach. We've addressed that one. This one here, we've addressed that one too. It doesn't look like we're missing anything here. Okay, Mauricio Pochettino admits some of his players are finding it difficult to handle the expectations of playing for such a big club. So you could argue the Blue Tiffy game nailed it. So applause for him. But why? I'm just gonna say this. I really don't like the Blue Tiffy game. So the soundboard that's been working half and half. Now, I just wanted to applaud the Blue Tiffy game. It just worked perfectly. But Jude, if you're paying attention, this particular report here says Mauricio Pochettino admits some of his players are finding it difficult to handle the expectations of playing for Chelsea Football Club. One, I'm not too surprised. We have a very young squad. So probably a lot of them haven't learned to deal with such pressure from the fan base and the owners, and the pressure of playing for Chelsea, knowing that Chelsea has always, as a club, has always been there. But one player, I must say, two players actually, two of our youngest players. Not two. I think there are more. Probably, two of the youngest in Cole Palmer and Malo Gusto. Both looks like they were dealing with the pressure very well. In fact, they're enjoying it actually and living up to expectations. But that's by the way. But let's hear you. What do you make of this comment? Nothing new there. You expect that from a crop of players that are as young as us. But let's hear you.
Yeah. From my view, I would say that players are still finding it difficult to adapt by now. They should be planning to send such players on loan by the summer, and then get guys from the academy, because I know the academy players will find it a privilege, and a lot of them will have been dreaming to have that opportunity. If you see someone like Alfie Gilchrist, he doesn't look like someone who find it difficult to manage the pressure. Um,
You could see how committed he is once he's on the pitch.
exactly. So I know we'll see have much more people like him from the academy. So
Mm.
instead of people who doesn't understand the culture, get the players on those ones who are scared, get them on loan. I want to believe people like Jackson is not in this category, because I see Jackson putting on hard work, like you
Yeah,
said, hard.
if anything, he's had confidence issues
Yeah, yeah,
after missing a lot of chances. I think he's
yeah,
improving week in week out.
yeah.
Yeah, but I get where you're coming from. I think he's
Yeah,
not one of those.
yeah.
Definitely.
I want to believe Petrovic is not. Palmer too looks very comfortable, like you said. So let those players go on loan. I don't know who they are, but let them go on loan and bring us academy boys. Let academy boys come and do the job. Like that's what I think. Uh, but because
Let's see this differently.
okay,
And that's me tapping in from what the beautiful game he said in the chat, because I could still see the screen to my right. See the comments on my on the screen on my right hand side. He says in my right hand side, he says Potts is throwing his players under the bus. Let's see it again. His you can say that's an accusation, first of all, whether he's correct or not. But you could argue, some people will see it like that. And I'm inclined to believe, you can say, let me just say, he shouldn't be saying such. Even,
well,
even because if, let's assume no player had a conversation with him and told him that he is struggling with the pressure. Um, so if a particular player did that, that particular player won't be happy that he's saying this publicly. Then, if he didn't, if in fact he didn't have a conversation with any of his players, he's just concluding that some of them uh, again, he's just admitting that some of them are struggling, playing under such pressure. Some of the players will be going, is it that means it, and that to me, I don't think he should be saying such. If anything, I'd rather him say that they're learning, they're coping with it, and with time, they become good at dealing with such pressure. They're still kids. They need all the support that they can get. I don't think, if in fact he said this, I think for me, in my opinion, I don't think it's okay. But let's hear you from that perspective.
yeah. Okay. From his press conference of yesterday, when he said, I think when that was what he was talking about, and they were asking him like how many, and he said maybe one, and they said, oh, one cannot be some, and then he said, okay, well, it's still some. Like maybe not a lot of people have that problem, maybe it's just a few, but at least when they corrected him that one cannot be some, that in English. So he now said, okay, yeah, it's still some, meaning that okay, it's more than one, but not a lot of people, like he also admitted. So, but well, I would say sometimes these guys too get frustrated. Like when you are trying to teach somebody something, and it looks like they are not really forthcoming. Yeah, Pochettino to himself too could get frustrated. So and saying this out sometimes could change things, and at times it may not change things. But if it doesn't change things, so what it means is that those players are not meant for Chelsea in the first place. So and then they have to leave, because I don't want to know who they are, but I think if you are signing up for a team like that, it's just like when you're going to look for a job, the first and the smartest thing for you to do is to research about the organization you're going to work for. So if you do not know, you have to educate yourself. So whoever comes into Chelsea and feels that he's not able to cope, I think I blame that person in the first place for not knowing what you are going into and for being ill prepared for it. So and they can only help these players, but the players are the ones that have to do the bulk of the job themselves. So well, he might be saying it from perspective of frustration. You never can tell. Like okay, he might not really put it out that way. So and sometimes things like this can help. Sometimes it may disorganize things, but That's not the end of the world. Those players can be sent on loan, and at the right time they find a buyer for them. So I don't think if he's saying it from aspect of frustration, you can't blame him for saying it. Thank you.
Yeah, for me, like I said, that's just my opinion anyway. Chances are I don't know whether to even believe that. Yeah, in this is one of those cases where the issue is down to the fact that English isn't his first language. I think he should be cautious with what he says. These comments is I'm not too sure, but for me, in all honesty, I have an issue with that. If that was exactly what he meant to say, and he actually, wow, that's just me. There's no shame in it. Cruyff and Van Gaal influenced the way we play football today. I think I agree. They made football beautiful. In my opinion, both Dutchmen. Let's see. Poch and Silva. Yeah, we've read that. Yeah, let's see. What else we have here? I see Thiago Silva as a coach soon. Yep, and the experience of having a lot of young players are looking up to him will go a long way for him. So you can say actually he started early. Yeah, learning things he should learn about young players because there are. I don't think he's been at any club that has as many young players as Chelsea has right now. Poch is throwing his players under the bus. We've talked about that already. That's because I saw it on the screen there and decided we should talk about it. And when the manager doesn't know either, it's a problem. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom and we'll switch it to the next item we have lined up. And I'll try to catch subsequent contributions in the chat. Let's see. Poch is talking about players that he's not even starting. Coach, he is deflecting, bro. He is the one that cannot handle the pressure. Heston, I'm not gonna say whether he's the one or not, but I just think that comment for me, that comment is I don't like it. I don't like it because he will be I can imagine it because I'm the sort of person if I'm one of the players, I'll be questioning is he talking about me and any emotional player in the squad, this can lead to that player. You can say that's just what I believe is it can lead to some of the players asking themselves if the manager is talking about them, which can lead to other problematic situations, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. After he corrected that by saying it's only one player. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe he doesn't have to respond to every question that he's asked. That's how. That's my advice to him. Let's move on. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 24 likes, and we are 57 minutes into the show. Can we try, even if you're a moderator and you're in the chat, please try the best you can. Like the video if you haven't. Encourage others to like the video. And if you're watching, please, I urge you to take a minute or two to share the link to the stream on whatever social media platform where you have accounts to help us to reach more people. We should be doing better than this. Encourage us to do more so that yeah, we can always gather around here and have good conversations. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Let's go, people. All right, we've read that one, so we get to the match preview proper. So while that screen loads before it blinds you, the question I want to ask you is this: are you looking forward to Chelsea's home game in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup against Leicester City? Let's hear you. Are you looking forward to the game? Do you think we can beat them? Do you think they will beat us? Do you think we'd have to? The game we're going to replay. But let's hear you. Whatever you think the outcome would be, I'd be interested to hear what you have to say there. You have 26 likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's try and see if we can get it to 100
Yeah,
today. I think we can, but only if we encourage others. Go ahead.
yeah, I think we should be able
Go ahead,
to
Jude.
get a winner within 90 minutes because
On paper, right?
yeah, the times will play with them. It's that we win or they won. So like the other FA Cup final where they defeated us, it was within 90 minutes. So whoever is winning I want to believe the winner can come within 90 minutes. Can Chelsea win it? Yes, if we take it serious. If we've come up this stuff against Liverpool, against Arsenal, against Manchester City, I don't think there's anybody we cannot beat. It just depends on our determination. So if the boys are determined, why not they can win? But I don't see it going to extra time.
You don't see it going to extra time. You see, I thought if he ends in a draw, then replay will be next, isn't it?
Yeah, there should be a replay because
Yeah.
quarterfinal.
It's not if the rule change. I don't know. I'm not well acquainted with the rules anyway. But that's by the way. But thank you. Ty has found the time to join us today. He's a busy guy, and he knows I totally understand, and he knows I will always advise him to prioritize his education. He's a smart guy. Already, but nothing as good as you can say getting that paper when you're done with it overall. Ty, thank you for finding the time to join us this particular morning. I do hope you are doing well. Ty, let's hear you. Are you looking forward to this one? Do you think we can win it? How do you think he ends? Do you think no? Oh, they say some. Vicky saying no replay, so it goes to extra time. So the rule changes once again to that. Yeah, yeah, no replay. So it has to end at the bridge. But Ty, let's say, are you looking forward to this one?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was going to ask you for your ID if you didn't start with that.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the game, but I think we're going to win. I think it'll be close. And that's kind of strange to say because obviously Leicester City would have been in the Premier League before, but on paper, you look at the difference in terms of leagues, it shouldn't be something that you're saying. Can Chelsea win and win comfortably against a team that's in the second division? But that's just the situation that Chelsea found themselves in. But I think we can win the game. If there's anything that was learned from the Newcastle game, is that there's capabilities within the team, but there's also a lot of naivety still in the squad. A lot of the mistakes that happened in the Newcastle game and what has happened in previous games before, it's something that makes you concerned because obviously Leicester City would have become depleted by losing certain players, but at the same time, they have had players that can actually hurt teams. And Chelsea have still persisted with the charity FC narrative. So that is one thing that is always going to be at the top of my mind. But I think we will win the game. But I'm not looking forward to it because I know that it's going to be drama filled, or at least I think it will be. And at the end of the day, I see us winning. And due to the rule changes, I'm hoping that it's one and it doesn't drag on into additional time and all of that because football has proven to be full with surprises, and I don't know. Chelsea have brought me on a roller coaster so far this season, and I'd rather not it continue. So hopefully it can be done in 90 minutes, but I don't think it'll be easy.
Yep, and I wouldn't advise anybody to put their hopes or hold their breath that Chelsea will win a game. We've been that inconsistent. If anything, we've been um consistently inconsistent, as somebody would say. But that's by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. People, the likes to go along with 26 likes, and again, we keep begging for likes. We're not a big account yet, but we're getting there. A second here. I'm trying the Fort Mob thing, lots of scripts. It creates a lot of issues. So that's why whenever it is loading the page, it leads to my internet fluctuating, and after spending that much money. But yeah, we move on from that. let's see, where did we stop here? I think we've been down further. And Vic said, Vic is saying, Vic is saying no replay. Thank you for that information, Coach. I can send a message to the H placer, then you will get hot in here. I don't want any messages from the H place. I prefer going to the H positive. If your place are the H negative place, stay there with the Bluetooth game, who we all know he minds the part of that. Just give me a second. The script here is causing an issue. And yeah, finally it loads. This says, can you handle that pressure? I'm not too sure what else to say here. Don't think replay. Yeah, no replay. Vic has told us that there. So Vic, thank you for that information. I'm not sure why this is really causing a problem. And I want to share the window with everyone. I don't want to open it somewhere else here. But I think I'll just wait for it to load and I'll open it. No replay. Yep, I don't think it's a replay. And let's see. Yeah, we can never be sure with Porch and Chat, but really at home should be rudimentary. Yes, then I'm not going to blame him for all the issues we're having. And I'm quite sure you know my opinion of him. Yep, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 26 likes. We should be doing way better than that. 32 people watching, and nearly how many percent is that? Nearly 60-70% of that. On X, only 12 people right now. On YouTube, the number has reduced significantly, but we're getting there. So let's see if this opens. Just quickly, give me a second. We'll start looking at suspended and injured players and all that. Hopefully the script doesn't drain. Yeah, it's lagging. That's the script from FOTMOB. I don't know. I don't think yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try. I will try other apps such as One Football and others. So for suspended, injured and suspended players, it's still frozen actually. So the issue is the web app that we're using. Yeah, let's see here. Even when it listens in a bit, you see it turn into. I think because they're promoting a lot of stuff. Even though I'm using the paid version, it doesn't cost much. On mobile, it stops. You don't see so much. Should I say ads? If you're a paid member, but even though I'm using the same account on a web browser here, lots of ads there, and that can slow things down. But that's, by the way, for Chelsea, Wesley Fofana. Yeah, no surprises there. Romeo Lavia a few days. Reece James early April. Levi Colwell late March. Okay. And then Leslie Ugochukwu a few days. Christopher Nkunku late March, and Benwell Badashila doubtful. So a few players. The numbers haven't actually reduced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still have 7 players there, and we've been averaging that number since the start of the season. But that's not. By the way, let's see. The application is an issue. I have to look for something else. Mauricio Pochettino, for me, it's about performing and deserving to play. It's not about the name or experience, or because oh my goodness, because it's a legend or not a legend. Of course, Thiago Silva hesitant. I don't. I'm not sure what language to use. He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to be discreet, does he? The Bluetooth, and I was going to use the soundboard, and of course the Bluetooth game is here. The soundboard looks like it stopped working. Hopefully, we don't need to buy a new one. But this is concerning, really. Yeah, he shouldn't. He should be. He's how. Who else comes to mind when the manager says such? Thiago Silva, of course. So I agree with you. Jude, let's hear you. This particular comment is perplexing, really. He shouldn't, even though we know that should be the case. You should be. You can say if you see you on the pitch, yeah, it should be that. Yeah, you've done enough to be on the pitch, but he shouldn't be saying this. Jude, let's hear you if you're there.
Please, can you come again, please?
Yeah. So I'll read the comment for you. Mauricio Pochettino saying, let's say what player comes to mind. Let me just read the comment. I'm not going to read the final part of the, you can say the second sentence, and that because that's a sentence. Yeah, Mauricio Pochettino, for me, it's about performing and deserving to play. It's not about the name or experience, or because he is a legend or not. Yeah. What do you make of such comments? I think it's an issue, really.
Well, Coach, sorry I got distracted by my children initially, but I
They
would
should be
say this, right?
man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't send due checks.
Yeah, to be sincere, I think I stand with him on that. Um,
But should
because
he be saying it? I stand with him. But should he
yes,
be saying it like
yeah,
this?
yeah. Sometimes you have to say some things, especially when you realize that the people that came in for big money are not putting in their best, and some of them might be feeling entitled that they have to play. One, then two, the owners too might be upstairs thinking that, oh, you need to keep playing this guy. Even though he came in for big money, and then he's not doing well. So they might be pressuring him. And if he has to get result, he has to get this result with people that are ready to sacrifice for him. So I think it's important to reiterate that, especially when you have big names not performing to expectation. I am very happy for Mykhailo. He will have fallen in this class, but good enough. He's been doing very well every
I
little
don't
time.
think Mudryk doesn't fall into this
No,
class.
no, I'm saying he would
Yeah,
have. He would
yeah. Go
have
ahead.
fallen into that class. But thank goodness for him, he's been performing every opportunity he gets. So if they say this, somebody like Mudry shouldn't be bothered because he will be like, oh, he puts me in and I do my best and he gets the results. So I don't think Mudry should fall in that category. But had it been Mudryk has not been performing when he gets the opportunity, that might be sending a negative message to him, and he might be thinking, oh, maybe I'm not in the right place. But I'm very happy for Mykhailo that when he gets the opportunity, he gets to do well. And for him now, we might even be paying attention on the wrong position on the pitch. Like everybody always think, oh, Mudryk has to come on from the left. But these days he's been doing very well as a number 10. So we might even consider making him a 10, Gallagher an 8, and then Palmer a 7, and what do you call it? Maybe Sterling once in a while on the left, or Jackson on the left. And but we don't have Nkuku, so it can still be Sterling. So we can even consider that. So and I think there's nothing bad in saying it. It's just a way of trying to make
No,
people
but how
stop.
he said, yes, then let me
Yeah.
just say this, Jude, quickly.
Okay.
Let me just say this. Uh, it's not about what he said, it's about how he said it. This is too specific that a certain player, even if that he's not referencing, even if it does, again, his point isn't his plan, again, he's not the comment isn't directed at a certain player. No other player, again, this particular comment defines Thiago Silva. He says, for me, it's
Okay.
about performing and deserving to play. It is
Okay.
not about the name or experience, or because he is a legend. Even use the word he. For me,
Okay.
if I
Yeah.
were the
Okay.
manager, I would just
Yeah.
say, here's the thing. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter who you are. If you deserve to be on the pitch, you'd be on the pitch. It doesn't matter whether you're old or young. I think it's not a good orator. Let me just
Yeah,
leave it at that.
no, yeah, when English is a problem, when English is not your first language.
But this is too
Yeah, no, hold
specific,
on.
bro. But go ahead with what you were saying.
I will see that as a misuse of English language to express himself. I wish if he was speaking in Spanish, he would have said it better. You see, sometimes he wants to say some things, he would ask for contribution from the English people around him for correction. I think this because he and Thiago Silva played a lot of game. Um, he's off now because of fitness. And if he wasn't playing Thiago Silva, maybe I would like, okay, the comment is directed to him. But this guy plays Thiago Silva very well. So I think that might have been an error in expression. And I would expect to see him clear the air very soon. Remember, he said one the other time, he said when he got home, that his wife was angry with him, that how could you say a World Cup winner is not good enough? And that was not what he was saying. It was just a misquote of his expression. And then he had to explain very well, and he had to come to the next press conference to clear the air. So because that statement looked like it was directed to Enzo Fernandez, and then he had to clear the air that he wasn't talking about. So it's like he went a little bit too far to express himself. So this looks like he's directed to Thiago Silva, but I want to assure you that he will be coming out to clear himself, and he might have even had a conversation with Silva. Even when Thiago Silva's wife went to post something on the internet the other time, and people were asking him, he said, "I and Thiago are cool." Where we had a conversation about it, and the media wanted to know what they discussed. He said, "No, it's not for public consumption, but we discussed about it, and we don't have any problem." You know, so I want to believe he wouldn't just come and say that about Thiago, because I want to believe both of them are very cool together. Both of them are in good. They have good
No, the
relationships.
chances are that they're very close.
Yeah,
But
but he has to watch what he's saying, though.
yeah, well,
He has
my
to watch
point
what he's
is,
saying.
again, I'm not sure. I think it has happened too many times, and I get it. English isn't his first language, so
Yeah.
these things will be, you could say, I don't know what comes to mind. I think it will still happen again, and like you said, it would see him come back to, you could say, um,
Clear
to
the air
help
on.
dial down the temperature and release some of another a follow up comment
But he needs to watch what he says.
he
Maybe
has to
one
find
thing
a
I
way to ensure he
understand
doesn't. Yeah,
about answering questions, in order for you not to get into trouble, don't say too much. You just make your point and just withdraw, especially when you have a problem of communication, instead of elaborating further and then getting into trouble.
yeah. We're gonna catch up. I still want to hear what Ty has to say about that, but let me catch up with what we have in the chat. And once Ty speaks, we get into the match preview proper. Yeah, that's for me. Even if it didn't mean to say that, I think you should learn to be cautious with what I said. But that's too specific. It'd be difficult for anybody to read it and not go, he's talking about Thiago Silva. Yeah, Poch really likes it to reward and reward and deserve. Yeah, I see what you mean there. That's why I said, yeah, the flip flop is an issue. Next thing you see a follow up interview or maybe comment to address what he said before. Yeah, he can say it if he sticks to it. But that has not been the case. Let's see what else we have here. Nothing wrong with that. But what Pot says, for me, yeah, you're entitled to believe that there's nothing wrong with it. For me, you see how a lot of people are reading it. I'm not the sort of person that just say things for the sake of it. In most cases, I'm blessed to always think about what I want to say. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I still say the wrong stuff, even when I think I'm saying the correct stuff. My point is, to some people, that comment means nothing. But for me, it doesn't bother me. But I'm just saying, I'm quite sure this is how people will see it. In all honesty, people will see it as if he's talking about Thiago Silva. And if if they don't have a good understanding between them, chances are when Thiago Silva sees that comment, he will not be happy with the manager, and that creates a problem. But again, that's my opinion, and I am entitled to my opinion. So you have every right to say nothing is wrong with that. When did we become this fragile? It's not about becoming fragile. We are we are analyzing his comment, and in all honesty, that would be problematic in my opinion. To some fans, chances are to some players too. For me, it just sounds as I'm not sure what else to say, but I'm quite sure you understand what I mean to say there. Let's see what else we have here, Coach. Let's be honest, support is damaging the clubs and the brand. There's no two ways about it. I think whatever that is, what is, in my opinion, it's not him that is damaging the club's brand or reputation. It's the club's overall performance, not the manager. I have to tell you that. You know my opinion of him, but I'm not into dumping everything on him. Let's see what else we have. Big up to you too, DJ. Sorry that the Bluetooth game is around, so the soundboard broke. Big up Kachila and everyone in the Chelsea community that is here. Remember, people, to smash the like button and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 27 likes. We should be doing way better than that. Shamefully, we will continue to beg for likes until we become big enough to, getting likes isn't will no longer be an issue for us. Now, Poch needs to hire Obama to speak on it. Just go away, man. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Yeah, good conversation there. Shout out to our Chelsea ladies team who put Arsenal ladies in the pockets yesterday. A great 3-1 victory. They are the only good thing about Chelsea right now. In all honesty, they've been doing good. I think I need to start following their games more. Poch needs to shut up and do his talking on the pitch, and I will take that. Speak less, or maybe use an interpreter. Speak in Spanish, then somebody will speak. We interpret in English, and if they have any concern, they say, "Is that really what you want me to say?" If he says, "Go ahead," then he says it, so that will stop
Yeah,
happening.
that's the best suggestion. Yeah, speak in
Yeah,
Spanish and let them interpret. Yeah.
yeah. If in fact the issue is language barrier. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go along. We hit the like button, people. 28 likes. We can do much better than that. 35 people and nearly 50% of that on X, and the rest on YouTube. If Poch is at the top of the league, none of the comments will matter. Oh yeah, I've said that 1,000 times, and usually what I like to say, had we been clinical in front of goal, yeah, we'd be in the top 6 at least, and nobody will be asking too many questions. On occasions, I'm quite sure you've heard me argue when we lost games. When you'd hear me argue, yeah, that had we been clinical on the day, yeah, nobody would be talking about how many chances we miss and all that, and probably some people will be singing the manager praises. And I remember actually the beautiful game, but Houston, we've all been there. I was one of his biggest defenders. Right now, I'm just a passenger on the ship, just hoping that everything goes well so that I can be safe and not sink with the ship. I remember one game. I think it was 20 minutes into the game. The beautiful game was enjoying himself and saying a lot of good stuff in the chat. But right now, I don't think he will enjoy games, but I don't think he'd come enjoy it to an extent where you see him praising the players. But I hope to see that, because if that happens, it simply be a reflection of the fact that our club is doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with. So let's go back to what we have here. For Leicester City, they have how many players do they have out? Ricardo Pereira is out. Kasi Makatia is out. Dennis, I think you can say they have a full. The best players are all available to for selection, in my opinion, and they've been doing well. So let's see what else we have here. Big up to YouTube for the viral videos. If our project is about finishing 11th every season, then I'm Poch. I'm Poch in Houston. Let me just say this. I think chances are the owners hired Pochettino knowing that and again, before they hired him, they know that again, they know they're well acquainted with his record of nurturing young players, and they're willing to risk it with him to help nurture the young players. Beyond that, anything can happen. And if he stays, if he starts doing well enough with them, I think he stays. But I don't want to get into that argument. I don't want every time we have a show will always be Poch this, Poch that, Poch that. Let's move on. Big up to you, Tommy Bryan. Nice to see you. Sorry again, my soundboard isn't working. The man that mines the gates of the H negative places around, so the heat from there, emitting from there, has fried the soundboard. Is refused to work. Big up, coach. I see you bench the TikTok style live stream. No, we're not benching it. That has actually earned us more subscribers. Like that was the day we earned 200 plus subscribers in one stream. Yeah, he earns us more subscribers, but less likes. TikTok style live stream. We're trying to find a way to do both the vertical and horizontal streams at the same time. It hasn't really worked. Faster than Butch benches food after a good performance. Yeah, so you're well acquainted, and that does well too, coach. I know exactly how Silver feels being blamed for a soundboard that has zero. Go and assist the stream. It's not me. Is the under the bus throwing Chelsea perspective gap? But just go away. You know it's your fault. I think Poch is here for the foundation. Then we will hire a lead. Yeah, I think the same too. But that doesn't mean that if he does well enough, that they can't just fire him if he does well. Yeah, I think it'd be difficult to find a reason to find him if he does well, to find him if he does well. And I want him to do well because if he does, my club is doing well. Pochettino stays irrespective. I'm tired of repeating myself. I mean, get ready to keep repeating yourself because a lot of people still come with the argument that he's not going to stay here forever. You can't say he stays irrespective. No. If he does well, keep him. Why do you think they gave him a 2-year contract with an option to extend it by a further year? That's because it's a risk. They learned. So if it doesn't work out, they'll let him go. So I don't think you're correct by saying irrespective of what happens. I'm guessing that's my interpretation of what you have there because you ended it with irrespective. No. If he does well, he stays. But if he doesn't do well, it'd be difficult to keep him. I get it. But he would take awful lengthy poor performances for them to decide to fire him. And I've talked about that a lot, how the owners are big believers in numbers, and numbers say that had we been clinical in front of goal, yeah, would be in the top 6. So that may well mean a lot to them. You're booking your flight to Australia to go fight him. Let's see. There you go. That's an argument. Maybe that makes even better sense. You can't stay irrespective. So if we're fighting relegation, you think they're gonna keep them. Even if you think some people that think the owners are here just for profit, they know if we don't do well, they're not gonna be making a lot of money. And if they haven't learned, I think the fact that Jordan Brand decided to put a halt to our negotiations with them, put it up to the end of the season. Yeah, a huge lesson to learn there that performance matters. It's a result-driven game. Even if you're in it for profit, you're not going to make money if the team isn't getting results. What's the point of a foundation if it's all over the place? I don't think it's all over the place. The foundation is what it is. Lots of young players, which means inconsistency is a certainty. So I know that already. So I'm not concerned about that. But that's just my opinion anyway. At the start of the season, Poch said that Chelsea is about winning. We forgot to ask him how many games. Ouch, people. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 30 likes. The aim is to get to 100 likes today, and I strongly believe we're capable of doing that. Funny how some Chelsea fans say they feel sorry for Poch because of the injuries he has in the team. May I remind people, TT had injuries as well. Fans slate him, and he won trophies. Yes, then I think TT's situation at the time, not as bad as what we have right now. In all honesty, and we also didn't have too many new players. Also didn't have too many young players at the time. So I wouldn't compare the two situations. But I get where you're coming from. I have to be honest with you. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's see. It's not people. It's only Vic. You think? We still can qualify for European competition if we are a serious team. How do we know whether we're a serious team or not? I don't know. What makes me happy is that I told people when they were asking me to predict when I think Chelsea will finish at the end of this, and I told them, no, I can't. I just know that we'll do well, better than a lot of people expect us to do. But how well, I can't. And that's because, yeah, I knew before time we have an entirely new squad, a very young squad, inexperience, inconsistency, uncertainty, all those factors I knew. I knew before time, yeah, that it's going to be a long season. Maybe it's proven to be longer than I expected it to be. But that's, by the way, Nike will impose a 10 million penalty if United doesn't make the Champions League. But Jordan cannot offer a compromise deal with clause. Fake news. Okay, thank you for that. Let's see. Coach, have you ever tried to build a house on a poor foundation? It's usually comes tumbling down. Ask the man who built his house upon the sand. Yeah, that's you referencing a biblical quote here. Here's then. I want to say something quickly. In terms of the foundation, I get it. We should be doing way better than we're doing right now. At least that's what I believe should be the case. But if we're being honest, you know my opinion. All of you in the chat, you do know my opinion on the manager. But the truth remains, if we're being truthful to ourselves, we should know. We should we should know that the manager, the where we are at, where we are today, and the issues we're having are all not down to the manager. He's not been perfect, but when we also, if we agree that a heart reaping clinic in front of goal would be at least in the top 6 right now. And that's the fact, whether you like the manager or not. And you know my opinion of him, but I just don't like, you can say, just pushing Poch out without being realistic. I get it, it's not perfect, and I haven't changed my opinion. My opinion remains the same until he proves, that he's the man for the long term. But that's my, anyway, I'm going to move on by living that. That's my opinion anyway. Let's see, Coach, you said top 4 and a cup. Nope, I didn't say that. Ask people that would tell you. Two things I've always said. I'm not too sure where we're gonna finish, and I've always said the future, the club's future will be so bright that you need glasses. You need glasses to look at it to not hurt your eyes. But I'm concerned about the immediate future. I'm quite sure I said that more than 30 times. I never said we'll make top 4. I never said we'll win a cup. No, but as we progress, I was thinking we were going to be able to win the Carabao Cup, and I never said we'll finish in top 4. No, I never said that. So don't accuse me. Let's see what else we have here. I added Roger as well. Let's see anything else we have here. Vic, no one. Let's see. No one is hitting him Poch. That's why we're here. If we all agree, we don't have a show. No one is hitting on him. People are entitled to their respective opinions, and we are here on just a perspective. We're not into, you could say, isolating people because they want Poch out. You want Poch out. You want Poch out. All we want to hear is, why do you want him out? Then if anybody has an opposing opinion, they will present this. That's why we're here. But unfortunately, even though I'd like us to stop talking about Poch every time we have a show, Poch is taking that mantle of being the elephant in the room from Romelu Lukaku, unfortunately, whether he's doing well or whether he's doing bad. But that's my opinion anyway. Let's see, Vic, no one is setting in Poch. Fans have their own views and opinions. You cannot expect everyone to share the same views. I think Vic knows that himself. And what he does all the time is he presents his own opinion. So that's why I again, nobody takes anything personal here. Yeah. So what I don't like is, again, what is won't be okay is me, for instance, trying to get you, to maybe follow my own opinion and not present yours. We're not into that, and you can also and I wouldn't like you to come here feeling like everybody has to agree with you. No, we don't operate like that. We're here to have a conversation. But DJ, thank you, yes, for saying that. Yep, no one is heading on Poch. People have their respective opinions and have every right to express themselves. Coach, please don't make any predictions. I want to win tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I don't trust this team that much to actually make predictions. The UK government and the board, you can argue. Coach, I don't have an issue with the youngsters. My problem is Poch. It's a waffle merchant parading as a foundation specialist. Wow. What a way to phrase it. Okay, I will look for the clip, Coach. If true, honestly, show me the clip. Show me the clip where I say this specifically and convincingly that we're going to make top 4. No, I don't remember saying that. Maybe I was drunk if ever I said that.
I remember you were very cautious and you never really said that. But
Yep.
I was the one who said we should be winning one of those cups. That if we don't win any of those FA, Carabao, it's a shame, because that's the only thing we are playing. No Champions League, no European, whatever. So I was optimistic that we should get to a final and possibly win. We've reached a final, we didn't win. So we have one more to go. But coach never really said that we'll make top 4 with confidence. No.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm going to say this quick. I am an optimist, honestly, but I don't let my optimism cloud my judgment. I always try to be as objective as possible. That's one thing I learned from somebody I don't want to mention. But that's, by the way, let's see, find it. Let's see where I say specifically that we're gonna make top four. Coach is usually very good with his predictions, or else he will be broke. You indirectly saying that I do the G thing, that I do an Ivan Tone. I don't do an Ivan Tone. You should know that. I'm not into that anyway. But much love to you, the Blitz of the game. And Willie Bless is in the house. Big up, coach. We should see some progress in the team. We're seeing progress. I have to agree. Just read some news that just read some news that we signed a set piece coach from Brentford. I won't speak about Poch today. Let's honestly, but it's difficult for people not to talk about him. If it were up to me, honestly, I would stop talking about him. But he's become the elephant in the room, unfortunately, and we still have the other elephant. But I would say Roger used later on changed his name to Woolly Mammoth. So yeah, so Poch isn't fighting over that man with anybody. Fair enough, Kuchila. We cannot compare both situations. Then the owners have to take, they have to take a responsibility to a certain extent. Forgotten outside. Here's Stan. Forgotten us out of all our experienced players, signed us youngsters. Was having here's Stan. Let's talk about this, DJ. I always like to have a good conversation with you there. We wanted. You could argue. At least, let me just say at least, but I think it's probably more than that. We wanted the club to do a clear out. Let's start with that language. We wanted the club to sell at least 50% of the players that were sold. Yeah, we wanted a clear out. And if we're talking about Antonio Rudiger leaving, Andreas Christensen leaving, those two players were on the verge of signing new contracts. Then the issue with the invasion of a sovereign nation by a more powerful nation, however you want to see it, happened, and owners happened to be from the more powerful nation. This is just me trying not to get political here. Whatever happened at the time, and the owners and friends of the leader of the more powerful nation were under pressure, and owners and our owner at the time happened to have a good relationship with them. So the FA and the UK government, seeing that as a way of punishing him, forced him to sell the club. And at one point, they were concerned, actually, if the club wasn't sold at a certain time, before a certain date, that chances would be, what's the language for it?
Relegated.
We get relegated, actually. So it was sold in a hurry. And at the time, everybody's, we the fans and those that were involved at the club, Marina, all this, Petr Cech and all this, the priority, everybody's concern at the time was the survival of the club. So negotiations were put on hold. And one of the sanctions at the time didn't allow us to negotiate. I think we could negotiate new contracts, but we were not allowed to get to the measure of the players putting pen to paper and signing for us. And that includes players signing new contracts. Rudiger was on the verge of signing a new contract. Christensen, the same thing. So, and the two players at the time, things got to a stage where they realized they get more money if they leave as a free agent. They get sign-on fees and all that. They decided to leave. That's two. Then, and I'm quite sure I'm going to repeat this again, at least 50%, and I'm quite sure the number is even higher. That 50% of the players we sold, majority of Chelsea fans want them sold. Yeah, let's be honest. Some Chelsea fans wanted, Koulibaly to be sold. Some Chelsea fans wanted Eduardo Mendy to be sold. And the fact remains, even if we didn't want to sell those players, when the Saudis came in, I don't think we'd be able to pay them half the money the Saudis offered to them. So even if you think, we shouldn't have sold them, no, the moment the Saudis came calling, if we wasted time, Mendy in my opinion, he'd barge into the manager's office or the director's office with a transfer request. Even Koulibaly, and those two weren't the youngest at the time to say, yeah, they wanted to stay in Europe to see enjoy football even more. What's his name? Mateo Kovacic also wanted to leave. He was seeking a fresh challenge. He even did say that during an interview after he signed for Manchester City. Kai Havertz salary issue. We signed players and we were willing to pay those players well, but at one point something happened that led the owners, you know what, we're not doing this. Let's just go do things differently. So I'm tired of arguing. I get where you're coming from, and a lot of people see it that way. Mason Mount, they weren't able to agree a new contract with them. So I don't think it'd be right to say the owners gutted us of experience. No. Tell me, mention one of them and tell me that particular player didn't want to leave. Kepa Arrizabalaga, for instance, I'm glad he left, actually. We wanted to keep him. The manager wanted him to be the number one. And once Bayern came calling, boom, he was out of the door. So I get it. And I know I will never win this argument. But I'm just going to let you know, I think when we talk about that, we should talk about that cautiously and be more specific and say maybe some player A wanted to stay in the club, had to sell him. And after all, here's the thing. We have to understand it. The wage bill at the time was crazy. And things have changed. If you want, you can say times have changed. There is the PSR, the profitability and sustainability rule changed quite a lot. And maybe the owners, they knew exactly what they were doing. Even after the departure of Koulibaly, the departure, who again left, Edouard Mendy, some of the players again that had if they stayed at the club, chances are the losses would be more than 90 million. It'd be around 110 million plus. So here's the I'm not gonna be. You're entitled to your opinion, bro. You know, I'm not taking this personal, but I'm trying to explain. But I like such comments because it makes me think. It makes me come up. You can say, present my opinion in a way that I'll try to make you understand. This is how I see it. You're entitled to see it the way you're saying it, and I'm entitled to see it the way I'm seeing it too. But I don't think it'd be right to keep saying that they got us of out of all our experienced players. Most of them wanted to leave. It's as simple as that, in my opinion. But they need experienced men in the team to help the young players. Let's see what else we have here. Vic tried. Coach, if you said it, you must have slipped a teaspoon of sugar. Yeah, exactly. Maybe. I don't remember saying we're going to make top 4 anytime soon. Thank you for saying that. I'm talking about the giveaway. Let's see what else we have here. Poch loves the attention. Don't worry. Let's see. Coach must have put some extra honey in the coffee on the day. Let's see. Just keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom in a bit, and then I'll try to get your subsequent contribution. Has anyone seen the 4.5 billion? I haven't seen any. Coach, the problem wasn't the clear out. It was how we did it. That's even more. You could say I take this argument rather than the argument that they got us, like if they just came in and went, whoa, geez, we don't need that much experienced players. Let's just sell them all and start buying new players. Yeah, exactly. So I'm inclined to argue that for me, I prefer this argument that the clear out wasn't the issue. The clear it was how they did it. Yeah. I'm inclined to believe that you say I prefer that argument rather than the other way. Kachila, we didn't want a clear out. No, you know what? Majority of Chelsea fans want that. And if you search for videos, you'd see a lot of videos from the biggest Chelsea content creators pushing that narrative after we started struggling under Thomas Tuchel. Yep, Chelsea should do a clear out. Hakim Ziyech should leave my club. If he comes across as disinterested whenever he's on the pitch. Christian Pulisic never stays fit. All of that. Sell him. He writes a book. Yes, then. But let me just read your comment completely. A minority of PlayStation fans, maybe, but no one with a brain. We had a competitive team. Neither did anyone want to clear out of all our Cobham talents. Heston, I'm just going to leave it at a majority of Chelsea fans at the time wanted to clear out. But there are other reasons why the owners are going the directions they're going right now. And I think in the future would look back and realize they knew exactly what they were doing. DJ, just give me a few minutes, bro. I'll come to you. Majority of the squad downed tools and wanted to leave. Okay. Some left for money. We cannot blame them. I don't think we'd measure the Saudis in terms of how much Edouard Mendy and what's his name? Edouard Mendy and Kalidou Koulibaly, they're earning in the Saudi league. Kante wanted to stay, but when the Saudis came calling, I knew that was it. Even before the Saudis came calling, I think it was clear that he was going to leave. He wanted to stay, but even let's say even if we extended his contract, the only thing that will happen is that we'll make some money from selling him to the Saudis, because I'm quite sure we cannot measure how much he's earning in the Saudi Pro League right now. So we have to, you can say, talk about these things objectively as much as we can. I know we're not perfect, and no matter how objective we try to be, our opinions will again creep in somehow. The clear out was needed and was a very was very good. Everyone couldn't believe how we accomplished it. Yeah, but now even those that supported it they found a way to say, yeah, the owners did that. Players were forced out, and let us know who. Be specific there. What player was forced out? Let's talk about that player in question. But we're gonna do this once DJ speaks. We're gonna finish the match preview, do the lineup prediction exercise, then we can come back to having the argument, or maybe during the international break. Just remind me. Let's schedule a show. Why we're struggling. Let's talk about it. And I want to hear you on that day tell me that players were first out, but I'm going to ask you to be more specific about players that were first out. Coach earning his wishes today. Let's see what else we have here. Preach, brother. Let's see another. PSR rules are the same today as they were under Roman Kochila. You are a repeating club prop. Here's the thing. I think things have changed a lot. I don't know. Things have changed a lot. Again, no matter how you see it, and that is reflective the fact that the Premier League spent less, and that hardly happens. That hasn't happened in a billion years. This past January window shows you, how serious things has gotten. It's useless talking about players who have left at this point. We need to look forward. I think I agree. I got to hit the like button, people. For the coach, we have 35 likes. Let's try and get it to 100 likes today. DJ, just give me a few minutes, bro. I'll get to you in a bit. These owners offered players unacceptable contract. Copham Talents was first out. That's not even specific. Do you know how much they offered the players? That's not specific enough. In my opinion, that's just more like saying the things that were being said at the time, that if we know what Thomas Tuchel did, and if I were Bolly and co, then I'd fire him too. And that's not specific. As long as, and I told people at the time, as long as you didn't tell me what he did, I'm not gonna listen to you. Gracie Katila, I greet everyone. Nice to see you. Tamidayo, I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show, brother. Chelsea content creators are not a majority of fans. I don't think you know the power of having a platform where you have 200,000, 150,000 followers, in my opinion. But the good thing is that my favorite of all those people always keeps the objective, and my favorite of all those content creators is Jan. Yeah, Yannick from football therapy. Content creator, don't even communicate with him. I don't think he even knows I exist, but I respect him for always keeping it objective. Content creators exist for clicks and to promote. Not all of them, in all honesty. I wish the soundboard was working. I trick myself. Let's see anything else. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, and then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions. YouTube content creators do not speak for the fan, but they do not. I agree. But they can lead the fan base. They can lead them to a direction, and it can be positive, it can be negative, because some people follow those content creators religiously. That sometimes they can say, "Let's go riot tomorrow," and it happens. That's how much power they have. But that's my opinion anyway. That's why they are responsible for the situation. Okay, let's see what else we have here. These owners came in deliberately. Come on, man. I know you know better than to use the word deliberately there, unsettled the dressing room, offered contracts that, no, come on, man. Even, listen, come on, I disagree with you, but with all due respect, I disagree with that, saying deliberately unsettled the dressing room. Come on, bro. You can do better than that. And we know they wanted the money. If that's how you see it, you're entitled to your opinion. And my bro, Glenn Tennant's in the house. We got panel in chat. Glenn, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Coach Morning, what's the topic? Pay attention. Chelsea Blue. But nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. So the fan base, especially the large amount that attend games don't count. Okay, good conversation right there. All right, people, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom and I'm going to try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Like Alex Goldback morning about pilots, some content there. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. The content creators are powerful. That's why they contributed. Shameful decline. You could argue, yeah, you and I agree. They can lead people to a negative or positive direction. They're that powerful. Coach, even I've got to admit you were killing it in the pivot. No. Here's the thing. Conversation is good. When everybody in the chat, don't just go, yeah, like when in the parliament. I like to debate. That's my thing. I like to debate people. That's my thing. And I don't take it personal. And I like to debate people who don't take things personal, who probably won't be happy because I don't agree with them. And I like people that accept it that I don't have to agree with them. But there's always something to learn from each other. Okay, with the content creators, some of them are overreacting for clicks and are making things worse. That's what it is. For example, Coach, some of them act like accountants. That's hilarious, really. I wish the soundboard is working. Pass the coffee. Yeah, it's a powerful coffee, right? But let's see. I'm not gonna attack Coach today. Let's go away. Coach, I saw your post on X. Could you give me the number of a purchase kebab, please? Rather hungry. Yeah, that was hilarious, right? That's post where somebody says that at this point he should just go up for a kebab store. I love that. That was why I had to share it. I will find it for you. I wish my soundboard is working. DJ Sav, welcome to the panel. You have to recommend a very good soundboard. This has been problematic, but especially but let me speak the truth. If the Bluetooth again is in the chat, the soundboard never works. That's because he is from the H negative place, if you know what that means. So the heat emitting from there fries the board and it stops working. This is not a joke. If it wasn't here, the soundboard will be working effectively. But DJ, I know you're here for a fight. Let's hear you. Bring it down so that we can go on.
What do you think of me of a fight? Big up for you. First of all, big up to
you, brother.
Big up to the guys on the stream and on the panel, and big up to everyone in the comments. Just a quick thing out to Vic quickly. Vic, I wasn't in any way trying to say to you, bro, that I just want to point out. I just want to point it out, I wasn't trying to say to him that that we all hate on Poch. No, I think everyone's just got their own views and opinions on Poch.
And I agree with you on that. I liked the comment.
He's with us. He's with us until the end of the season, whether we like it or not. So we have to just deal with it in terms of that, and hopefully they'll change him in the summer. That's all I hope.
Yeah.
But just going back to your thing about Chelsea Football Club, I think the word you guys were trying to look for early on was liquidation, and Chelsea were nowhere going near liquidation.
Thank you.
Because basically, my understanding was at the time when this whole thing took place, is Roman Abramovich had to pay off the debt that was owed to the football club before anyone was to purchase the club. And Roman Abramovich did pay off that debt, and that's when all these guys started to make their offers and put their offers on the club or put their offers on the table for Chelsea.
Did he pay it up or did he forfeit?
He paid. No, he did. No, he didn't forfeit the debt. He did pay the debt back. That is why that is the only way the club could have been sold. It couldn't have been sold any other way, because he had to pay off the debt, which he did. And there was a big thing out on it. In fact, a lot of the Tier 1 journalists reported it. A lot of other people reported it that he did pay off the debt, which he did. Okay, and that's the only reason why we were in the situation that we're in now. Going back to the people that could have bought the football club, you know, there were loads of people that wanted the football club. You had obviously the Bowley group, you had the Ricketts that I'm glad they never got it because I won't use the terminology, but we all know why about their past history. I'm glad they never got the football club. And then you had other groups that could have bought the football club, but then the Rain group, I don't know, maybe Todd Bowley and co had a little thing with the Rain groups. They end up selling it to Todd Bowley and co. That's the reason why obviously they are the owners of the football club. Okay, but in terms of what I'm saying about what these owners have done at this moment in time, the reason why I don't have any kind of what do you call it for these owners at the moment, any kind of respect for these owners at the moment. Yes, they bought our football club, and yes, they got us out. You know, people say, yeah, you know, without them we probably wouldn't exist, which is utter nonsense.
Are you there, DJ Jude? Can you hear me? Let me be sure it's
Yes,
not me.
I can hear you, but it seems we lost DJ, but I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we lost DJ. But go ahead. You can talk about everything you've heard, wherever you want to come in from there. When DJ comes back in, he can continue speaking.
I think this whole thing is just a conspiracy. You know, they've always wanted to get Chelsea off Roman for a very long time, even before that issue that you described started. There's always in some of these guys in the U.S. Parliament that wanted Roman away. That's why they faced him with the battle of him not being able to come into the UK, and then he was able to find a way to coming in as an Israeli citizen. So the conspiracy has always been there. So, and then what annoys me more and where I lost respect for the government was, what about other Russian club owners that are close to this guy?
Just quickly, if you heard when I speak, I didn't want to mention any names,
Oh,
so
okay.
you wouldn't want anything that would drag us into talking politics.
What about all these other guys that are friends of the powerful man, powerful man in quote? What about those other guys like the Arsenal owner? Why was there no restriction on Arsenal? The Arsenal owner is even richer than Roman, and he made more money off the powerful man than Roman. Roman inherited wealth. Roman was just not a guy that came from nowhere. He inherited wealth. So, and Roman family, the daughter, the son, they all came out to condemn the powerful man. The Arsenal owner never did so. And then Roman helped the victim of the powerful man. He helped them financially. He even said, even when Chelsea was sold, some amount of money should be given to them. But before then, he helped them financially. He helped the UK government with over 250 million pounds during the pandemic. And I was so sad that the whole thing the UK government done, there's nothing genuine about it. It was just an agenda they've had, and it was an opportunity. Some people even said maybe that's why we are suffering. But I want to trust that it wasn't our fault. We never wanted to be sold. We were forced into it. So, and then we had to accept our fate. So I don't believe it should be this nemesis of how about if there's anybody that should suffer, it was those that conspired to do it. So it wasn't just about maybe they were doing the right thing. No, they weren't doing the right thing, because what about Arsenal owner? Why is it working free? It was just an opportunity to execute their preconceived agenda on Chelsea. However, that is why you don't want to see me talk about poach out, because the whole problem we have is beyond poach. We might even get another. No, I know poach has its problem too. Sometimes you make substitution, and your substitution will just collapse the whole thing. Um, you just asserting that Matson is short because he's short. You don't want to use him, and he's cooking in other places. And then it's not like you solve the problem. I wish he solved the problem of the left back. Then I'll support him that, okay, well, Matson can't work for you, but you got someone else. You have consistently injured John Benchwell and Cucurella too, getting injured back and forth. When he was not injured, he was struggling. At some point, he was doing well. Then he got injured. So the Poch has his own blame, but everything is not just completely on him. Then when we look at these players, like people criticizing him that should have started Quebec business, I see that as one of a very good leadership skill. You just keep trying everything until things fall in place. So that's my own thing, that he's just trying to do what he can do to boost their confidence, to make them feel at home. Some of those guys came, you walked into a very tense situation. A lot of coaches were not interested in working for Chelsea at that time. A lot of reason why I had to give it to Poch. A lot of coaches didn't want us because they knew that this is a wounded team. If you listen to players that left, well, a lot of them left because they saw that people's morale has been destroyed. Things are not the way it used to be. So it looks like a damaged organization, and it's gonna take it's gonna take a while to get them back to where they used to be. So you might fire Poch today if you are not bringing another manager that is capable. That's why we say, okay, his replacement must be a manager that is known to be a notorious winner because of trophies, not games. Because that might put some confidence in the player to respect that manager. But if you bring another person who is just a potential manager, and then you might still have the same situation. So that's why I feel it's not just about Poch, it's beyond Poch. The problem is from top down. So there was some people that recruited those kind of players for Poch. So those kind of players were not recruited for for instant success. They were recruited to bond and start winning later on. So there's no magic Poch is going to do about it. The only thing, like I was telling you then, was okay, I'll be happy if he can just improve the team to the level his own Tottenham was then, to be very competitive. Yeah, and then we take it from there. We see how we can go from there. So the whole thing was an agenda. It's not just limited to Poch, and the kebab thing finally is it's part of a leadership skill. You just keep trying whatever you can try to make your workers or players, to make them gel and to make them be able to work with each other. It's nothing bad in trying that. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you for that contribution, Ryan. I'm going to try to give those in the chat the microphone. We'll come back here from Roger and Bobby. I want us to get the match preview exercise in the lineup prediction exercise got done. To get done with it as soon as possible. Let's see what else we have here. It's an absolute slender that Mount wanted to leave. You have every right to argue that's the case. Again, we don't know what really happened between the Mount's camp and the club's camp. We're just going to leave it at that, in my opinion. Big up to you too, Rich Noni Madueke. It's nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. And big up, coach, and everyone. Maya, the rapper. Maya, I miss you on the panel. Every time you're on the panel, when it's your turn to speak, you usually start speaking as if you're about to drop some bars. But nice to see you, Maya. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well, but I know you've just been busy. Just saying hello to people there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. How can a club that doesn't have debt go into liquidation? That's a different argument for another day. I get it. It's easy to say that's the case right now. Let's see what else we have. This is my problem with the content creators who are clearly bought by the clubs to spread these manufactured narratives. Okay, let's see. That, in my opinion, I just say, without due respect, and I hope you don't take anything personal, I think you just feel like they're bought to manufacture. Just 1 second. They're bought to manufacture those things and send it to you because they're not aligned with what you think the case is. That's just my opinion anyway. The same way you are able to say the bottom manufacturer narrative, I have every right to say, no, that's just you thinking that's the case, because what they believe is the case isn't aligned with what you believe is the case. Hello, today we need you need Newcastle help, but nice to see you there. Bet that some is still frozen. Yeah, possibly. I think we heard that a week ago, but I don't want us to start discussing anything that would drag us into politics. Let's see. Pouch debate. Let's go. We've moved on. We stopped talking about Pouch an hour ago. The argument is that the owners got at the club of experience and deliberately, according to my bro in the chat there, Bobby Fairview. I'm trying to To hack TJ, big up nearly okay, all those people in the chat. Let's see anything else. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom and then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. To say a majority of fans wanted a clear out is made up nonsense from 4 or 5 content creators. No. How many content creators? That's just my opinion. I didn't say any content creator said that one. I'm just saying a majority of the fans, from what we're seeing at the time, wanted a lot of the players gone. But beyond that, it's difficult to find any of the players we sold that didn't want to leave, or not difficult. Maybe Ruben Loftus-Cheek wanted to stay. Christian Pulisic wanted to leave. Khalid Koulibaly, even if he wanted to stay, I don't think we can measure the Saudis. I'm not going to keep going back to that, but I know you get my opinion, and you're entitled to yours. No one hates Poch. He's just not good enough, in your opinion there. We've gone from USA, Ancelotti, Conte, Sarri, Tuchel to Potter, and Pochettino, even Benitez, Andre Villas-Boas, not to name a few. Yeah, let's see. Ask Coach about how many. I'm not. I told you I'm not into sugar. Since I got married in 2014, I don't use sugar. Mount was forced out. Okay, if that's how you see it. I don't think he was forced out, and that's my opinion. I respect you believing that he was forced out. And some people will tell you he was never a Chelsea fan anyway. So it depends on who you ask. But that's by the way, Roman, I respect him. And at the time when that happened, we actually wanted to do a Roman tribute contest that the winner could have won $150. It didn't happen. And then later we spread that money and used it for a giveaway. Long live Roman. Nobody can take that away from him. Dishonest wanted to sell these players, and to now pretend it's the players that wanted to leave. Heston, that's your opinion still. You can't, until you show me a video where they're having a conversation. I'm that stubborn, maybe, if that's how you want to see it, where they're having a conversation, deciding they want to sell those players deliberately, like you mentioned before, that they unsettled the dressing room deliberately, like you said. That's when I believe you. But if you can't find a video where they planned that, I'm not gonna believe you. I'm sorry. That's how I operate. Sorry, Kuchila. Yeah, I understand. Again, these things happen. I spend a lot on internet connections. Sometimes even I have to take a few hours to 10-20 minutes actually to make sure everything is working before the show starts. The 2.5 billion is still in the UK government account. Yeah, we know. We did hear about that a few months ago. So Maya asked Coach, no, please don't ask me that again. I'm done talking about sugar. Leighton, leave me alone. Yeah, exactly. Don't let him take you to the H negative place. You want to go to the positive one. The biggest mistake we made was not letting the manager have a say on who stays. I think it would have helped with the decision making rather than pure finance. I still would argue against that. What manager exactly are you talking about? Graham Potter? But I'm going to scroll to the very bottom so that we can hear. Sorry?
I said it wasn't a mistake because if he was talking about Graham Potter, he was gone already. And then the one that is there now, unfortunately, they say he's not the kind of manager that acts for a specific kind of players. He always presents himself like, I work with whatever you give me. So the kind of manager we have is not the type that will tell you he wants this, he wants that to go. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. Roger Dodger, hola, gracias, konnichiwa, bonjour. I was going to say bonjour, mademoiselle, but you're not mademoiselle. Bonjour, monsieur. I think monsieur Roger. I don't know. I don't know French, but Roger, welcome to the panel. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding time to join us this particular morning. Hola, Roger, in the chat. That's according to Glenn 10. And by the way, Glenn 10 has been a community member, paid member for more than a year. That's why his icon is different. I think Bobby has that icon too. Another person, I think 3 people actually. I appreciate you all for all the support. Roger, let's hear you. Where do you want to come in? It started, these days, you called Lukaku Willie Mammoth. I think the elephant in the room these days, not in a bad way. That's not to say he's not a good coach, because there's hardly a Chelsea show that you will watch through and not hear someone bring up a Poch. But wherever you want to come in, let's hear you for a minute, 2-3 minutes. I want us to get back to the match predictions and the lineup predictions exercise and get it done as soon as possible. But let's hear you, Roger. I'm quite sure you were listening, so wherever you want to come in, you have the floor.
Yeah. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, everyone. Well, this show turned a little bit political, didn't it? This is how
even though I did the best I can to avoid that happening. But go ahead.
This is how I recall it. Correct me if I'm wrong. A certain geopolitical incident transpired.
Yeah, exactly. That's a delicious way to put it. Wish that came to mind when I spoke about it. So go ahead. Yeah.
And then the British government basically incorporated sanctions on us. If I'm not mistaken, once those sanctions were in place, we were not able to negotiate.
Even that we were not able to negotiate. I think what we weren't able to do was to get the player to put pen to paper. I don't remember, but go ahead.
Right, we weren't able to, however you want to term it, to extend any contracts, sign any new players, sell anyone. We were frozen. With regards to the debt, it's not so much he paid off the debt; he wrote the debt off. In other words,
which was what he forfeited the debt, right?
I couldn't hear you. Went in and out, sir.
He forfeited the debt. Would it be the same correct to say it that way?
I couldn't hear you. Say that one more time slowly, please.
Forfeit.
Forfeit.
F-O-R. Yeah.
Not really. I guess in accounting terms, it's writing it off, but it's the same thing essentially. Yeah. It's just being pedantic. It's so that's what transpired. With regards to players, it looks like a lot of the players wanted to leave as opposed to being forced out. That's the way I've seen it because, as we've said all along, there's three parties in any transaction: the buying club, the selling club, and the player themselves. All three need to adhere to it. A lot of these players wanted to leave. You're looking at Mount, you're looking at Kai Havertz, etc. Obviously, things didn't work out, but that's anyway. Just to brush that under the carpet. That's how I recall things, and so Chelsea's hands were tied, and then obviously we have our current owners that put forward an amount that was accepted by the intermediate entity that was the intermediate between a buying capacity and the government, because don't forget the government basically had us between the short and curlies, and that's what happened, and then it was pushed over the line. We are now owned by Blueco, and this is it. We with the addition of PSR, we decided to actually have a 2030 plan, and that's what's transpired. Listen, like it or lump it, this is what's happened, and we have to move on and accept it. It is what it is, and hopefully we can turn this juggernaut around, but it's easier said than done, and it's going to take time. And I think the fan base, more so than most fan bases, are very impatient and very trigger happy, and that's what we're seeing. And most fan bases are, but specifically this one. That's what I have to say. I just did a summation, basically, of what I recall transpired.
Yeah, and thank you for adhering to my plea to please not take too long, because we have to get it. Otherwise, it will never end. And I know how that goes. I appreciate you, Roger, so much. You know that already. Bobby, let's hear you. Bobby, thank you for finding the time to join. I hope.
Hola, Bobby.
The process is still going well for you. Where do you want to come in before we get on with the match up?
Yeah, big up, guys. Can you hear me?
Up to you too. Oh, Bobby's already on the road today. We can hear you, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm heading home, but if you can hear me, it's all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we can manage. Yeah, like
yes,
the would say. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I kind of got the tail end of that a little bit. The only thing I'll say about the political discussion that has probably been is quite frankly this. Everybody and his dog, including some of our so-called content makers, the rightly acclaimed brown envelope or semi-brown envelope ones, were all out for Chelsea's blood because the current ownership decided, and rightly so, to publish and report an audit showing some spurious activities, to which I maintain today, in view of the length of time it's taken Man City to even answer one of the 115 charges, and the fact that it's very obvious they're going to get it negated when it is time to answer in 20 years' time. You know, I do not see a case for Chelsea to answer whatsoever. But everybody wants Chelsea to be roped into this absolute PSR nonsense and saying that, oh, because it is a historic thing, Chelsea should be punished. Fine. Try it. Try it. I will 100% personally be in support of the club that should they dare try that BS after we've had that stupid ban over players where we remain the only club in Premier League history to have been prevented and banned for 2 transfer windows from doing dealings. Man City, still in the process of their investigation, are allowed to ply their trade. Please note, try it. The club should sue the Premier League to kingdom come for a malpractice and vindictive activity. Why? Ask me why. Nobody has compensated Chelsea Football Club as an entity for the ridiculous sanctions upon the club during that Roman Abramovich sanction, where the club could not ply its trade for months and was on the brink of administration when the new ownership just about managed to take over, and then had to struggle because they were late to the party on the transfer market. And the club has suffered since, on and off the field. Yes, we have to talk about it, because everybody has swept that under the carpet, and we have suffered to this day from that happening. So yes, if we want to get political, anybody talking about sanctioning Chelsea for BS things that happened before the new ownership came about should, can I be so rude as to say, should shut their mouths, keep it firmly shut. And I rest my case on that issue. What else are we talking about? Please tell me, my brothers.
We've talked about quite a lot, but I think you actually did you did talk about the topic that we haven't talked about today. It is as if a lot of people is enjoying where we found ourselves today, and I think we did talk about how we got here. Some people arguing that the new owners bought Chelsea and sold all our experienced players on papers. And I mentioned how the situation at the time didn't allow us to complete the process of getting Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger to sign a new contract. And by the time we were able to do anything, they already found out that they get more money if they leave as free agents. Christian Pulisic wanted to leave, and that's my opinion. I get it. I don't have anywhere any video of him saying he wanted to leave. What's his name? Mateo Kovacic, during his interview at Man City, clearly said, yeah, he thinks it was about time he moved on. He is seeking new challenge and all that. There are others. You say if one person that comes to mind that I'd argue didn't want to leave but just had to leave because the club accepted the offer on the table for him. What's his name? Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Koulibaly, even if we wanted to keep him, we can't measure the Saudis in terms of how much they pay. But that's, by the way, I want us to move it from that so that we can get to the match preview exercise as soon as possible. Let's see. To one to pin. Chelsea. Yeah, go ahead.
Good. Sorry, just one last point.
Mm-hmm.
We are the only club that has been purchased that the new ownership never had the opportunity to settle and do things in a time favorable manner. We have really been put under the cosh. So before everybody goes to blame the new owners for this, that, and the other, you will have to remember the circumstances under which they purchased the club and the consequences of what happened due to those circumstances. I don't think it's something that can be left in the car. I don't think it's something that can be negated at all. So all those baying for blood, bear this in mind, because I'm sure should anybody try any nonsense, the Chelsea lawyers would definitely have this in mind. And I rest my case. And I'm sure Roger, my brother Roger knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Roger, anything else you want to say? Just give me, if you don't mind, just give me a minute to take care of something.
Sure. Go for it.
No, go ahead. I said, go ahead. I'm taking care of something. You can speak.
Oh, I apologize. All I wanted to say was, I recall that when we were hit by sanctions, we couldn't negotiate Rudiger or Christensen's contract. We couldn't sign them. So we were stuck between a rock and a hard place. We were not able to do anything. If you recall, we weren't able to sell any of our merchandise or products. We literally, our hands were tied behind our back. So you now, however, we can put some form of constructive criticism against the back office for not negotiating, because we did have a huge amount of people on 1-year deals left, and you would think that this kind of thing, because I know in the NFL the owners stagger the contracts so that when you have X amount of players on, when you sign X amount of players, you make sure that you don't get hit all at the same year, you stagger them. And so there's software for that. And it seems that we were not ahead of the game on that. But other than that, we wanted Rudiger. I'm not sure about Christensen, but we literally could not operate. We were beholden, until the actual purchase was accepted.
We were placed at a huge disadvantage. Yeah. And invariably, you could say that was why the club finished where it did. So that in itself was a points deduction, if you can get what I'm saying.
And profit and loss. When you're not allowed to actually make a profit on merchandise, on ticket sales. If you recall, only the season ticket holders could go to matches. So people that wanted to actually be, purchase tickets for away games and so forth, we weren't. So
Roger, do you know why I get so angry about this? And I see this as part of the vindictive plot of the media, the authorities, and all the Chelsea haters, is that nobody ever talks about what impact this had on Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club had nothing to do with any war anywhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they have been victimized for a political situation. This is just not acceptable. And yet people want to now drag the club into a situation that they have been more than punished for. Vis-a-vis, if Roman ever did anything that violated PSR, FFP, or anything, please remember this man lost his club for nothing. That has never happened.
Yeah.
Lost his club for nothing. The club was sanctioned along with him. So let's not even go there. Do you know what I mean? This club has been punished enough. Nobody in the history of football anywhere in the world has gone through this. Nobody. And to add to that, before this happened, we had a 2 transfer window ban that no other English club has had to deal with. So please give us a break. My God, what do you want for this club? Do you want the place to all blow up before you're happy? It's crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mason Mount wasn't the Prime Minister then.
Sorry?
I said I'm pretty sure Mason Mount wasn't the Prime Minister then.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, I get really upset about it because it's so unfair that it's ridiculous. You know, you look at all these people, oh, we're free, we're fair media, we're balanced and objective. Nonsense. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. What the club has suffered from that situation, and everybody pretends that what's happening to the club now is just something, oh, they mismanaged the club. No, they didn't. The club was forced into this precarious situation, and they were firefighting from the get-go.
Yeah, and it's not helped by a lot of the TV pundits, the TV analysts, that there is, I wouldn't call it vitriol, but I would call it immense bias towards this organization. It's not even, you know, if these people, and we all know who we're talking about on Sky, etc. You know, if they're actually broadcasting, being employed by, let's say, Man United TV, I have no problem with that. But you're being employed by what is considered a sports news outlet that should be objective, and that's never the case. And I find that offensive.
Roger, the criminality about their broadcasting and why I attack them so much is that they have the goddamn cheek to charge us subscriptions and missell what they are telling us. I pay for Sky because I believe they should be neutral. I pay for their neutrality. I don't pay for them to be biased for Liverpool and Man United. If they were Man U TV or Liverpool TV, then I would have the choice not to pay for them. I used to pay for and was a very active member of Chelsea TV when it existed. I knew exactly what I was going to get. A Chelsea bias. I wanted it. I paid for it. That's why I was there. I don't pay for Sky for that. I don't pay for TNT for that. I don't pay for Amazon Prime for that. I pay for neutral, balanced punditry and commentary, but we don't get that. So that is false advertising and false marketing, and we should all speak out about it. I don't give a rat's ass about Man United. I don't want to hear every minute about, oh, Man United's transfer, Liverpool's transfer, oh, Klopp this, Klopp that. That's not what I'm paying for. That's my money.
Do you know what it is, Bobby?
I talk about it.
Do you know what it is? It's cringeworthy is what it is.
It is. It's embarrassing and it's criminal. To be honest, it's criminal. They should give us our money back.
They should pay us.
How dare they? You know? But think about it. How dare you? How dare you come on?
No, I get it, Bobby.
We watch Kenny Dalglish's daughter there, bigging up Liverpool, putting down Chelsea. I have to watch football matches with the commentary turned off because I am sick of the gore coming out. Your Gary Nevilles and your Jamie Carragher, all the put downs. Oh, Chelsea have 200 million players in pounds worth of players in anything. They keep being very, very divisive in their commentary against the club. Sorry?
Those two are by far the worst culprits.
They are, and we're paying for this SHIT. I'm like, crikey, if it was free, then maybe I'd have less to say. But I'm paying money, and I've paid money for decades for that flipping service. You know what I'm saying? It's that appalls me no end and absolutely pees me off because it's wrong.
Yeah,
and they need to stop it.
I listen to, when I can, either Peacock or NBC deliberately to avoid their commentary. It's just, it's offensive.
It is. It is offensive because we're paying good money. You know, TNT, even the BBC shouldn't be doing that because we pay for them. We pay for them through our TV license and for ITV and all these other news media. They should be giving us balanced, fair commentary in sport. I don't want to get into the other aspects of the news, but let me focus on sport because that's what we're talking about here. They should be balanced. It should be fair. It should be objective. It shouldn't have a Man United, a Liverpool, or Arsenal bias. It's crazy, you know?
All right, I'm going to catch a few of what we have in the chat, and then I'll scroll to the very bottom. We have to get to the match preview exercise, a match preview proper, and then we still have the lineup prediction exercise, and move on from that. Let's see what else we have here. Can we not give Klopp any more chances for finals, please? I think we shouldn't. Let's not forget the reality of the nature of players we have at our disposal who only can boast of individual on-field skills without necessarily adding resilience and confidence needed for victories. I think I agree with you. Coventry knocks out Wolves. Okay, that's a good one there. It's already sickening. Facts, Glenn, did anyone have concerns about our players wanting to leave before the owners took over? Yep, I knew Christian Pulisic wanted to leave before the new owners come. I suspected, what's his name, Hakim Ziyech was going to leave even before he came. But that's it, people. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. My apologies to all of you. There are lots of comments in the chat. And as much as I like to interact with you, yeah, if I just decide to read all the comments in the chat, that's all we do for today. Apologies to all of you. I will try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat, but we have to move on. I think we have to schedule a show. The international break is coming up soon, so we'll have a lot of time to read, to slug it out, a fight if we want to. From Everton CEO, I'm fed up of going on about our finances. Why don't Gary Neville look at it? Crap, Manchester United. Okay, let's see. The owners are here for the loot. Wow, we need like a main CEO or a director who knows the club well. Okay, if that's how you see it. Big up Coach Roger. I am happy the Wolves got knocked out for doing the double over Chelsea. Let's hope next season we can do the double against them. Mabas, nice to see you. And Rich Moneymaker saying, Coach, get the sugar out for my, you know, I don't do sugar, and I've told you that. So let's get to the match proper. We've talked about players they have out. I think they have a full squad for us. I think we have good enough players available that can beat them. Head-to-head, 13 wins for us, 6 draws, 4 for Leicester City. One of them being that cup final. I remember they beat us 3-1 at home in the. We beat them 3-1 away in the Premier League. Beat them. Okay, last 5 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. We beat them how many times? Wow. 1, 2, 3. We beat them 4 times, and they got a draw. But I still will not forget that. That win in the FA Cup. That shot, I think, from Belgium, former Belgium international. I don't know whether he still plays for Belgium. Talisman. I think it was a long ranger that won it for them. But that's, by the way, who wins. I'm gonna vote for my club to win, of course. So I choose Chelsea here. 71% thinks that Chelsea will win. 6% thinks he answered the draw, and 23% thinks Leicester City will beat us. And we learned this morning there will be no replay. It has to be a winner. Has to be decided on tomorrow. Let's say so I'm not going to be going back and forth topics now. We're into the match preview exercise, please. I'm getting tired myself, but here's the concerning thing. We have 60 people watching, and nearly 80% of that on following the show on X, and just 20 on YouTube. You could just say YouTube recognizes that we've not been consistent enough But we're not a big account yet, but we're getting there. So we're not too concerned. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and the likes to go a long way. And one final comment, and I'm not going to read anything with that. This is deeper than we are analyzing with grammar and bias, guys. Let's get better players in needed positions, and then with patience, we will see. Yeah, I think I agree. Roger, I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. Real never meant to make your I'm not reading that. It might come across as something else. So let's move on. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 43 likes. We can do much better than that. What else do we have here? Insights. Chelsea haven't kept a clean sheet in 9 matches. That's an issue. No insights for Leicester City, and we've been conceding a lot, right? Chelsea haven't lost to Leicester City in their last 5 matches. We've established that. I'm not too sure. The numbers hasn't told us a lot. The numbers have not again doesn't say much here and haven't told us enough to say again to go by in terms of saying what what will most likely be the outcome. But let's look at it. Last 5 games for each of the teams. Leicester City, there was a time they were high flying, but of late they've struggled a bit. In the last 5 games, they've conceded how many goals? 3 here, 5, 7 in total. And in our last 5 games, we've conceded 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 goals in total. So we've conceded more. Is that correct? Yeah, we've conceded more because then they conceded 3 here, 5 here, and 2 more here, 7. And we've considered how many? 2 here, 4, 6. Okay, 7 and 8. So we considered more. And they've scored how many? They've scored 2 here, 1 here. That's a 3. 1 here. That's 4. 1 here. That's 5. 1 here. That's 6 in total. And first we scored 1 here. 4 in total. 6 and 9. We scored more. So going by that, you could argue we're most likely to have scored them, but yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. But Roger, let's hear you. Are you looking forward to this one? These days we can't, when we're talking about Chelsea, we can't just say we should be winning this one for a reason, But let's hear you, Roger. Are you looking forward to this one before we move on to the lineup build-up exercise?
Yeah, nothing is a given.
Yeah, good. Go ahead, Roger.
With this team, nothing is a given. It's going to, listen, on any given day, any team can beat anybody. I'm actually, because it's at home, that's a big advantage. I'm confident that we can progress through to the semi-finals. But, I've been saying this all along.
And our home form has improved, right?
Yeah, but the fact that we have a lack of clean sheets is very concerning, in my opinion. It really is. It's disconcerting, if anything. And we need to fix our defense because it's egregious on some occasions. And listen, it depends. I think we're going to put out a very strong team, probably as if we're playing a Premier League side. So because of the fact that we don't have we're not scheduled for another game for a couple of weeks, so there's no reason for us to put out a club side. However, there's probably 1 or 2 surprises I would care to hasten. So let's see what he does. But I perceive it to be a very strong team.
Yeah, they still again, no matter how you see their, you can say, dropping form of late, they're still very attack-minded team. And I mean, anything can happen. But we're hearing somebody told us yesterday that Jamie Vardy will not be available for selection, but he's not listed. He has injured, so chances are
I heard he's not playing. But having said that, they lost their last 3.
Most likely is. Let's see. Let's hear you, Jude. How about you? Are you looking forward to this one? Let's hear you. Jude, are you there? Okay, if Jude is in there, let's hear from Bobby. Okay, go ahead.
Yes,
go ahead.
I'm looking forward to it, especially the fact that it's a cup game, quarterfinal. So all we just need is just to get a win, even if it's a 1-0 or if we can't beat them convincingly. So I'm looking forward to it. It's an opportunity for us to right the wrong of missing out at the Carabao Cup. So I'm not saying we're going to win the FA Cup, but this is one of those places where we can put ourselves to test and see, because it will be a total failure if we end the season without clinching any of the domestic cups. We should, based on the investment put into the club and based on the fact that we have less games to play. So our mates are there playing Champions League. So just imagine if we still have Champions League fixtures and then we are coming back to play FA Cup. Imagine how tedious it would have been. So we had enough time to prepare for this, and I want to hope that we will win this. And I think Poch needs to also improve on how to play a final. He has lost too many, quite some number of finals, even as poor manager. The Champions League final he lost, it was due to inexperience. He wasn't supposed to lose that game. So he needs to get that tactics of playing finals, so that in case we find ourselves there, or in case we get into the semi-final or whichever one, we don't just lose on penalties or just lose anyhow. He needs to work on himself as well. It's an opportunity for him to right that wrong. So I'm looking forward to it very well, and I'm optimistic. I'm not saying with full confidence we are winning, but I have a level of optimism that we can do it.
Okay. Come on, Leicester City is not a very strong team. That's when I get concerned, but I get your point there, Constantine Dante. Bobby, if you're okay, Bobby's gone. So we're gonna get to the lineup of prediction exercise so we can get done as soon as possible. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. We're going to go one by one. Roger, let's hear your lineup. If you call the player, I'll plug it in there. And once you're done, we'll hear Jude. If he disagrees with anything, then we'll go to the chat. I don't think my opinion matters that much in this. I'll just let my opinion know, but I'll let you to handle that. So Bobby's here just quickly. Let's hear from him. Bobby, are you looking forward to this game? Let's hear you before we get to the lineup prediction exercise.
Yeah, this game's going to be a challenge, and one of the few content creators that I do still listen to, don't always agree with him, but he does say some interesting things, is Football Yannick from the Football
He's my favorite.
Terrace.
He's my favorite.
He's a bit of a funny guy, but
Jan is my favorite. I like him so much. Always objective about. He has his opinion, but he'll always let you know. He tries to be objective as possible. But go ahead.
He tries. He's like, I do like him. I must say, and I like his manner. He's one of the few that I'm still on their subscription. But yeah, he raised some interesting points about this game. He was saying about how, because it's a international break sort of last game, Leicester, who, more or less they are already a Premier League team, they went down, but they're coming straight back up. He said Leicester is probably really going to go for it, because it's not like, coming back to the Premier League is their focus, but it's not like they're going to have a game to play straight after. They've got the 2 weeks international breaks to recover. So they're going to be a challenge, and we have to put out our best, and we have to really go for it as well. On paper, we are still the better team, but Chelsea, which Chelsea's going to turn up. Well, we got to turn up, because this cup, not only is the last cup left for the season, but it's very important to us for so many reasons. So, am I looking forward to it? I don't know. I don't know what to expect always with this team, but look, you and I both know, if Chelsea really turn up, Leicester's a very good side and will be a threat. But if Chelsea really turn up, they should turn them over. So it's a matter of which Chelsea will we see.
Yeah, he's talking to. Okay. Yeah, Leicester City will go for it. That's where, yeah, very attacking, really. No matter how you say it. Now Chelsea needs to win. I think we can, again, we can beat them. I'm just going to leave it at that. You can't, for this, with this team, how inconsistent will be, you can take anything for granted. Predicted lineup for you against Leicester City. Okay, Petrovic, left back, Correa, Chalobah, right centre back. This is Gusto, left centre back. Okay, let's go one by one. Roger, let's hear your lineup. Then I'll go to Jude. If he disagrees, we'll use the chat to decide. But if you agree, if after selecting your lineup, if Bobby agrees with you, if Jude agrees with you, then whether Bobby disagrees with any changes there, it doesn't matter. Majority carries the vote. But let's hear you, Roger.
Yeah, I just want to quickly add something to what Jude said. I don't think it's a God-given right that we are entitled to reach each domestic final and win it. There's 92 teams in the English Football Association, plus you've got the smaller, shall we say, non-affiliated league teams. So you literally have a lot of teams going for this and the League Cup. So listen, Arsenal didn't make it. Man City didn't make it. Tottenham didn't make it. And I can go on and on and on. So it's a knockout, one game. Anything can happen. So to actually reach a final is an achievement in and of itself. So I think we need to put that in perspective. Regarding the keeper, it's not as easy as one would suggest, because you would think...
I get it. I thought you were joking, but I know you're serious now. Go ahead.
No, I'm serious. I'm being genuinely serious. I feel the keeper is probably going to be Petrovic, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is Sanchez, because
I wouldn't either.
Because it's a cup
Yannick
game.
gave a very good reason why he thinks it is going to be Sanchez.
Well, I think it's going to be because if, God forbid, Petrovic goes down for an injury, you want someone that is quote unquote game sharp, and he's only had one game, I believe, in the last several months. Sanchez. So that's probably.
We argue the same thing when Sanchez was the one guarding the sticks for us. We argued that Petrovic should get a chance at the time so that he's ready whenever called upon.
Yeah, but he was new to the team and new to having played in the league.
There are other reasons why we realize. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
There's a difference, Coach, when you have someone that young and B that's never played in the league and is new to the country, new to the league, etc. So there are extenuating circumstances. This time, you want this chap Sanchez to be in game shape, so to speak. I'm not talking about cardiovascular. I'm talking about reflex. That you can't duplicate a game. In practice, the speed is non-reproducible. But having said that, this is a big game to get to Wembley, and you would think that it would put their number one in. Some teams do that. Some teams, like you look at City and other teams, they'll put their number two in regardless, even for a final. I'm leaning towards more of Petrovic wanting to play. If I could choose, it would be Petrovic.
Yeah, especially as we've got an international break.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that, but not so really for that position. But I'm more inclined because I have flashbacks of that Arsenal game, and I can't erase that from my memory. So he's too much of a liability.
All right,
that's my input. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm waiting for your entire lineup so that we can see.
Oh, and then the back line. I think it's going to be probably. I'm not sure about Chilwell, what his availability is.
I don't think he starts. In my opinion,
so I don't know if he's fit enough. I know nothing about it because the league doesn't really allow us that privilege. So I would go with probably Cucurella, Chalobah.
I didn't actually give a team lineup. So maybe I said I didn't actually give a team lineup.
No, we'll come to you. Once it's done, we'll come to you. So if you disagree, we'll talk about it.
So I'm going to go with Cucurella, Chalobah, and Disasi. However, he could put Silva in there, but I think ride these two ponies, get them as much experience as possible.
So you don't think Silva starts?
I think that no, I don't believe so. I mean, there is a chance. Don't get me wrong, But this is a cup game, and you want to give Chalobah, as much practice with Disasi.
But this is a cup game that's become even more important than the league, in my opinion, because that may well be our only, you can say, channel to get achieve participating in the European competition. Come next.
I agree with you. I can see him. I can see the coaching staff choosing Silva, but conversely speaking, I can see them choosing Chalobah. Listen, the last game, I thought there was a very strong possibility that Silva would start. That didn't come to fruition. So we're not sure about his fitness levels either. It all boils down to that. One doesn't know. So they could be being conservative and cautious. They may not be. I don't know. So only they know. So this is an assumption.
It's difficult to say.
Yeah, and then I would assume it's going to be Gusto, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gilchrist does get some playing time, either as a starter or as a substitute for this game, especially if the lead increases. If we get an early lead that's unsurmountable, then I wouldn't be surprised if even Sanchez comes on in the second half. But that's a wishful thinking on my behalf. So that's what I see. I think
your right back is who?
Gusto. They're gonna. I think they're gonna.
Bosingwa.
Sorry.
No, I just intended. I said Joseph Bosingwa.
Yeah, not quite. So it's Gusto. So that's my back four. I think he's going to go for the strongest.
Just 1 second, quickly. Cuckoo plays 100 minutes after ankle surgery. But he's been fit for a while.
Yeah.
But the argument comes into play. Match is different from training activities. Okay. Good day to you too, John Potter. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join this particular morning. And Potter, there has to be a long-standing rivalry. Possibly. We know you were kidding, Mabas. We know. Yeah. Let's see. I am scared when Kukura is defending. Wow. Some comments. So, Roger, your 2 6s. Let's go.
Yeah.
Knowing that
think it's gonna...
Enzo won't play.
I go with Caicedo. And then I'm going to go with Gallagher. I think he's going to put him lower down.
Gallagher here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my choice too. Just give me a few seconds here. My bro, my bro and good friend Josh is in the chat. Coach, easy. These guys know far more than our training staff. He's there. You slug it out with him there. I understand you, Dante, but Josh, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding time to join. It's Caicedo and Gallagher, and that's my selection too. Caicedo and Gallagher, 2 6s. But go ahead, Roger.
You want me to carry on with the whole squad?
Yeah, the whole squad. Then we go to Bobby or Jude.
Sure.
It, see whether they agree with you. They will tell us why they agree with your backline or why they disagree. They'll tell you why they agree with your 2 6s and everything else. So go ahead.
I'm going to go with Palmer on the right.
Cole Palmer here. Okay. And sorry, Roger, by the way, as you can see, I haven't made the improvements you suggested to the app to increase the sizes of the picture. I haven't had time to do that, but go ahead.
I didn't expect anything other. I'm kidding. And then I'm gonna go with Mykhailo Mudryk in the number 10.
You think he starts? He did well the last time.
No, in the number 10, coach.
Yeah, in the 10, essentially. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even in my predicted line of YouTube shots. I think I had he's on the flanks. So Mudryk here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then don't forget, this is very fluid. They're going to change positions at some.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it doesn't really. The you could say the position of the player doesn't really matter, especially the 2 6s and this guy's here. 2 6s usually this guy sits here, while the other one has independence to be wherever they didn't fit. But go ahead.
Now, it is possible he could put Carney in the 10 and Mudryk on the left, but I think he's going to play Sterling on the left.
Okay. In my lineup, my predicted lineup, I'm not going to contribute to this one. I'm just going to give my opinion. I put Carney here and Mudryk on the left.
But I don't know
anyway. Carney can also operate on the flanks. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I as I said, I have no idea about their fitness levels. I have no idea about Silvers. I have no idea about Chilwell's, about Carney's. I mean, they were listed on the bench, but that you've heard him say in other occasions that, you know, that they were good enough to be on the bench, but they're not fit enough to start 90. So, listen, Carney's hardly started at all. So one doesn't know. So I'm basing it on the fact
but
that
Carney, he's been fit for a while. But
listen, he's only had 10 minutes all this entire calendar year. So listen, it's a guessing game based on the fact we're not privy to their medical records, you know, their status, I should say, not records, their medical status. Now, if the coaching staff comes out and says this player is fit for this amount, A, B, C, and D, then we could give them a far more informed interpretation. But I'm basing it on the fact that he's not fit enough to start. So therefore, I'm going to put Sterling on the left, and then I'm going to put Jackson up front. I think he's going to start a strong squad. He wants Wembley again, which I think could be to his detriment if he doesn't win it.
So you think who's going to be on the left since Mudryk is central? You think it's
my
going
cousin?
To be your...
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. I really wanted you to say it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanksgiving is going to be pretty bleak this season.
Yeah. What's happening to my screen here? Is that a bug in the app? It looks like it.
And I think it's user error, Coach.
Yeah, I'm saying it's just it's clearly a bug in the app. But I'm going to sort it out. Once it's empty, it's not taking anything anymore. So let me do this. I'm just going to refresh it quickly. I'll fix them all back in. You had Petrovic, but I've learned something new. I'm going to be cautious until I solve that issue. Sorry about that, Roger. Petrovic.
Don't be sorry, Coach. Mend your ways. That's what my mother used to tell me.
And you picked Chalobah here.
Yeah.
Okay, we just discovered a new bug, but I know how to solve that. The Sassi here never gets injured. Yeah,
he's amazing when you consider what this team has endured health-wise. He's the exception, an exemplary exception. He's incredible. Yeah, that's half the battle, being available, it seems.
Yeah, availability is they say is the best ability. You got like a bad spelling right there. And you said central here. You said Mudryk, right?
Affirmative.
I remember that Mudryk there, and your cousin, LW. I don't think your cousin starts, but let's see what happens.
It's possible he may not, but I have a sneaking suspicion.
Yeah, and here you said Cole Ice Palmer. So Jackson, number 9,
Jackson,
Mr. Jackson. It's like you mentioned, it's a fluid approach. So I'm gonna go before I go to Jude. I'm gonna go to Bobby to see if he agrees. That will make it easier because I'd be shocked if he doesn't agree with you. Namaya, he said he went there to watch the game because we'll be playing them soon. So I'll take him for his words. I don't want to look out to try to analyze that. It's just unnecessary. Oh, I am sorry. I thought I heard they just threw Crooks in for 120 minutes instead of an injury. I heard that, right? Yeah, you did. Yeah, I think it was Constantine that did said that if Watch gambles this game tomorrow, I am legit unaliving him, like you said. That's on earth. Okay, what on earth would make him consider Gyökeres ahead of Gusto? Not to risk Gusto getting injured, and that's a chance we'll see that happen. Actually, why does Roger decide each player? We will come to you guys if need be. We'll use your help if need be. Oh God, please don't start Starling. Chances are he starts, but I think he won't. He's not going to start. Coach has it right. Carney In the 10, Mudryk left. Yep, that's my lineup. That's what I think is going to happen. But we'll find out. The manager is predictably unpredictable, if anything. Enzo is missing due to yellow. Yep, we'll miss Enzo for sure. We will miss him. So, which means the likes of Carney becomes important. Carney has that intelligence to switch the ball from one end to the other if one side is crowded, or if he sees would be better of trying to attack from the right side. He's to another side, he switches the ball quickly. He has that intelligence. Cole Palmer can do that, but I don't see Cole Palmer being deployed in a deeper position. And chances are the manager will go with a different structure to make it easier for Carney to play better in a 4-3-3 structure. But let's see what happens. I would rest Palmer and start Madueke. We don't have that luxury right now. This cup tie has become very important. You never can tell Dante. You're having a good conversation with him. Chukwuemeka should start. I hope he starts, but let's see what happens there. My front four would be left wing Mudryk, Akam, Madueke. Madueke Cam? Really? Palmer striker. You're just joking, right? He put Carney striker last game. Wow. But we just threw Cooks right in there. Yep. Why wouldn't they just throw Cons out there? I think he should. Yeah, I think he should. Carney should start. I beg, make anybody don't mention Sterling in there. Somebody don't mention Makachineki. Yeah, I agree. But Roger is right. Chances are he starts. But we love to show what's going to happen. Let's see. At least you stand by your own. Wow, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Please, let's watch language so anybody doesn't take anything personal there. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with yes. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Okay. Now listen. Let's see. A Bali manager has dropped his goalkeeper. Okay. For a reason he knows. Starling is only good against his former clubs. Carney's injuries are really hampering his development. That's true. He almost completely forgot he should be starting before Starling in this game. Whenever Starling plays against Man City, he plays like Pran. The first time he played against them last season, he was awful. I think he had to be taken off. Actually, I can't quite remember what happened. Bobby, let's hear you. The lineup you've seen. You seen you can see okay, I was gonna who was yeah, I want to let's hear from Bobby. You seen this Rogers 11. Let's hear you from the goalkeeper to the back for 2-6-6, the three behind the striker and the striker. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go with what I think Poch will do. Poch will do what he will do. I don't think what I will pick will be far off, but I think this is what Chelsea need to do and should do. In goal, I would have Petrovic. The Sanchez argument, I understand it, but the game is too important. We have an international break. I know Petrovic will be active there, but, you know, that's why he's at the club. That's why he's currently number one and he has to play. My centre-back pairing, I will stay with Chalobah and Desassi. Remember, we have 5 substitutions.
So much difference from what we just selected.
I would put... I know you like that, coach. I would put Thiago on the bench. You know, there's got to be rotation. There's got to be strength in depth on the bench as well. On the left, yeah, Cucurella. He is a left back. Cucurella, there's always an accident in him, isn't there? He always, and his mistakes are always expensive, causing goals and all that. That's what I don't like about him. However, he's tenacious. He is effective, and he is probably fitter than Chilwell, who should be on the bench again to bring that strength off the bench. When the time comes, there will be a time he will be substituted. On the right back, it has to be Gusto. We've had 4 or 5 days rest now, so it has to be Gusto. That's once a week playing. That's absolutely fine.
6-day rest, Bobby. 6-day rest.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Gilchrist will be on the bench for him to add to that strength in the bench. Now, it's very funny. I look at the somewhat pivoting to going up and down will definitely be either of them, certainly Gallagher. and I smile when I see that Gallagher as a pivot is now a choice. Um, because I remember, as I keep saying, on this platform last year when I was,
Yep.
listen, you got to convert Gallagher. He will do well as a pivot.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Everybody came at me.
I remember.
He's a number 8. Thanks for
Convenient amnesia.
He's
Yep.
a number 8. I said, yes, he's a number 8, but he can be a pivot as well. But hey, look, it's not all about beating my hands on my, and beating my chest saying, "No, I said it, I said it." It's just common. It's just practicality. It's what is better for the team in utilizing the best assets of the players we have. And this is Gallagher. Gallagher is going to be a semi Ruben Loftus-Cheek without the skills, in that he will be a utility midfielder. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was actually a utility player in that he could play midfield, right back,
To his
centre back.
detriment.
Yeah, centre back. No, people say to his detriment, but I beg to differ. I think the
But we'll
more
talk about that on another day. But go ahead with
yeah,
what
I
you were
know.
saying.
The more flexible you are, the more useful you are. I mean, he could play striker. The only place I hadn't seen him is in goal, and some people said he could be a goalkeeper as well. So, I don't know. But Gallagher is definitely going to be our utility midfielder, and he is already. So I would have him and Caicedo without any shadow of a doubt. In the number 10 position, I'll put Carney. That is very, very much him. Carney, physical, creative, close ball control, shot on him, eye for goal. Only thing I haven't seen is too much heading, but I'm sure he can do that as well if need be. He is that guy. Is he fit enough? Well, he has been
Yeah.
training. He's had
That's
a cameo, and the thing about it is that 5-man substitutions, you can, move people about and take him off maybe in the second half and so on. So he would be my
that's
10.
the only reason, Bobby, I didn't
Is-
start him, because I'm not sure
didn't put
about his ability
his
to start.
fitness. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we've had so much injury, so we're getting fed up with it. It's like, crikey, mate, play. That's why you're at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? If you're not playing, you'd be complaining. Now we're begging you to play. We're all scared that you get injured. It's crazy. But anyway, I'll put him there. Left side, definitely Modric. I'm sorry, Mr. Sterling, on the bench. You don't even belong there. You belong in the stands, but we'll keep you there for now.
Yeah, I agree.
On the right, unfortunately for Madueke, he's probably going to have to, well, he is going to be on the bench. Madueke is one that can come on for Carney as the number 10, should we continue, and he can come on, should we need that, and he can come on for Palmer on the right. Palmer definitely starts, and up top is our ever-improving Jackson, is all we have, and, he's not really let us down, and hopefully he will start to get his shooting right. So to me, that would be my team for sure.
So where do you differ here?
Carney.
Carney, we differ.
Carney coming in the 10th position, right?
For Sterling,
and Mudryk
yeah.
moving to the left.
And
Okay.
Sterling, and I think someone wanted Thiago Silva, and I went for Chalobah Desassi, or they wanted Silva Chalobah. It's a nice little luxury to have in that centre back rotation.
Okay.
But Chalobah Desassi, Silva coming off the bench, probably for Desassi, I don't know.
Even though I think we will more likely see Bobby's 11 than Rogers, but because Bobby said he's not going to try to do what he believed Pochettino would do, so we're going to override his own. He's doing well because we're doing predicted lineup and Bobby's doing preferred lineup. Okay, Heston, imagine Ruben Loftus-Cheek in goal when our goalkeeper gets injured. Just go away, my best. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go a long way. Dante, the referee, you're just sharing cards. Yeah, he's just sharing cards anyhow. Let's see what else. We might not see Madueke again this season. He's not happy and spoke out that he wants to leave. And there's no way to say, did you see him say that?
Not
did he
true.
Really say that?
Not true.
I think,
not true.
Yeah, so chances are he didn't say anything like that. So I'm not going to bank my judgment of whether you can say my debate of whether he plays or not. I think there's a chance he starts actually, and Jackson rests and Palmer starting in the number 9 position. And the chances are we get this wrong. honestly. Let's see what
Or
we have here. I don't see
chances are
Poch.
he starts.
And Jackson rests and Palmer starting in the number 9 position.
Or Sterling could be the false nine, and Jackson coming off the bench, and Madueke starts. There's so many things that Poch could well do. I wouldn't, because it's too much of a change. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Poch making that decision though. Okay, having a conversation with my boss. I'm gonna say it again, just go away. Seeing rumors to Gallagher could be gone before June 30th. I don't know. I really don't want to talk about that right now. Jude, if you're there, let's hear you. I think Bobby, even though Bobby, I think your lineup may well be more you can say more accurate than that of Roger. But here's why we're going to override this, because you said it's your preferred lineup, not really what you believe the manager would do. But let's hear you, Jude, if you're there, from the goalkeeper to the back line, back 4, 2, 6, 6, 3 there, and the attacker. Do you disagree? Do you differ anywhere?
Though I'm thinking that the manager will want to feed that goalkeeper. Of course, I agree. If I see Mr. Aeroman within the sticks, I'll be very upset. It's not. We need to get to final, so we can't allow any stupid errors. But I think having Chaloba and Disasi, I have a little bit of problem with that, because Disasi too is a kind of mild error man. I think we might need a more senior person to watch him. That is, if Thiago Silva is fit. Um, if he's not, I don't know his fitness level, but if he was very fit, I would have preferred to see him start with Desasi while Chaloba on the bench. But if it's not, then okay, it's okay to have them both like that, Chaloba and Desasi. Yeah, of course, Cucurella on the left. No, it's not up for this debate. What do they call it? Gusto also. I think Cucurella should have enough capacity to deal with whatever is coming from Leicester City. Yeah, Malo Gusto absolutely are not up for debate. I would only want to have Gilchrist on the bench to as standby for his position. Then and then in case Cucurella is not doing well, or maybe because he's just coming from injury, but I don't expect him not to do well. Gusto switch there, and then we bring in Gilchrist to replace Gusto on the right. Then for the pivot, yeah, I love that Gallagher and Caicedo. I think that is the best we can expect for now, owing to the fact that Ogochukwu is nowhere to be found, and so Gallagher and Caicedo is the best we can put in that place. Then coming to the right hand side, remember I said it earlier on, where we've been trying Palmer from the middle, but he's been doing very well on the right. And Mudryk in his past 2 or 3 games has done excellent in the middle. So I would want Mudryk to continue in the middle, where he has been doing great things. And Sterling, yes, I want him, his experience, and but in case Sterling comes up tomorrow and does not live up to expectation, um, then we have to shift Mudryk there to the left and bring in Carney at the middle. But I think Carney should be on the bench for now, and I think I would love to see Mudryk start, because Mudryk has.
Oh wait, you don't think Carney starts? I was going to start making changes.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Kanye. I can't guarantee if Kanye is fit enough to start and play all the game, but I'm sure Mudryk can. And Mudryk has been doing well, so I want to have Mudryk start and Kanye on standby. Then, in case, um, I hope Mudryk is not going to bring stinkers anyway, because I will whip his ass with my cane. You know, I have a cane now temporarily. But for Sterling, in case Sterling comes on and he's not doing well, which I won't be surprised to see him do that, I want to see him taken out immediately. Mudryk move over there, and Kanye comes in the middle. But I want Kanye on the bench because I'm not sure of his fitness level. Then Jackson, of course, not up for debate in the middle, and That's how I see it. Jackson in the middle. Yeah, so it's okay that way. But I would have loved to see Thiago start, but I'm not sure if he is able to, because I want somebody to be able to checkmate Disasi. Disasi is good, but I know he too puts up some errors at times, and we can't afford to have errors there.
Yeah, and we can't do anything different too in terms of leaving him out. Who starts? We'll be lacking a lot if he doesn't start.
No,
So
no,
I think
I'm
it's
not
a
asking us
risk.
to leave him
That's
out.
what. No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want somebody to just be with him just in case he's making his mistake. No, we can't leave him out. He's one of our best over there. But I think he made that error more when he's been combined with his countryman, the tall guy, Badiashile. I think that's when we see more of that. But aside that, I think he's always been okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think people don't differ that much. But Roger, let me ask you this: if you're there, do you think, given the absence of what's his name, Enzo Fernandez, that we'll be better off with a 4-3-3 structure, where, in my opinion, if we go with this structure, then this guy here drops, this guy comes here, then the guy here will be Carney Chukwuemeka. That's just my opinion. What do you think, Roger?
Coach, I've been saying this all season. We have too many number 8s. It's that simple. I believe the 4-3-3 best suits the player personnel profile. I believe that we have too many square pegs in round holes. There's only really one prototypical number 6. That's Leslie Ugochukwu. All the rest are number 8s, box to box. It's that simple. They're perfect for a 4-3-3, but we play a double pivot. So that's what you have. And the reason why playing a double pivot is because even though the application is we still have, Enzo going forward more often than not, is because our back four, especially our centre backs, aren't exactly elite status. And that's why you're seeing that. But and I understand there are people that believe that the 4-2-3-1 is very flexible. And it's true. You can do many things with it. It's a very fluid approach.
You can morph. It can easily morph into 4-3-3 also. Actually,
yeah. Or listen, it can metamorphosize into a 4-1-4-1. A 4-4-2. It's very moldable. It's very flexible in that sense. So, however, I think a 4-3-3 suits us best. But this is what Pochettino's been doing without possession. You have the number 9 and you have the number 10 basically stay up front in a 4-4-2, and the wide players drop back in the midfield for the second line. And that's what he does invariably without possession, which has worked. I think since we've been seeing that formation out of possession, our pressing has improved quite well. So I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, I totally agree with you. I honestly don't believe the 4-2-3-1 best suits our player personnel and profile currently. No.
It doesn't, yeah. But let's see what the manager does. I don't know. It doesn't look like he has plans to switch it to a structure that's more suitable to the players we have. But that's his thing. I think, especially in the absence of Enzo Fernandez, I think he should go with a 4-3-3 structure. And in a 4-3-3, this guy shouldn't be central. This guy should be here. This guy here, just to correct things. And this guy here, I think, would be good. And we've seen this guy play here, but on the day, I think it was Enzo that was central. And if you ask me, I'd say I think it was it against what club? I can't quite remember. Enzo looked like the player we paid for that day. I'm not saying he's been bad. He's been one of our best players. And Carney was almost always available to help him release the ball quicker. But I don't know. Bob, you have anything to say with regards to the structure, the formation maybe, that the manager uses? Do you think he should change it around to a more suitable structure like Roger mentioned, which makes sense in my opinion? But let's hear you.
You know, my answer is always the same. The modern football manager changes in game. What he starts with is not necessarily what's going to be going throughout the game. Now, Poch, does he make those switches in time? That's where the debate comes in. Will he need to? For I mean 4-2-3-1, he tends to do that, doesn't he? Is it necessarily the wrong thing to do? Not really, because these guys have been playing that. So whether they play it well or not, in recent times, I would like to think they play it well, although they have been porous at the back, so to speak. But all this is part of the fact that they are a developing team. It's not even so much the formation, but the fact that they are a developing team. 4-3-3 to start. Okay, yeah, it seems to fit, but they're still a developing team. So I don't think it matters. I think he should stick to what he's used to with most of the players that he has been playing, especially that played last weekend. And we take it from there because the game is important and too many changes and alterations. This is not the time. That's what I think about that.
All right, thank you so much.
Bobby, can I just
Yeah,
say
go
something
ahead.
really quickly? If you recall the last match we played against Newcastle, we came out in the second half in a 4-3-3. You had
Exactly.
Gallagher.
Well, that just strengthens my point that he changes as the game goes on, in game, first half,
Yeah,
second half. Formation is not rigid; it's fluid. That's my point.
yeah.
So
But
it's
you had
important.
Gallagher. You had Gallagher playing up central in the first half, and then he was out wide. You saw a 4-3-3 predominantly in the second half.
Yeah,
So
for me, the context of formation lies within the use of formation in
the
game management.
application. Yeah, yeah.
In game management. So when you need to be offensive, play of an offensive formation. Where you need to be defensive, play a defensive formation. Where you need to be compact, become compact. And these are all in-game management strategies that the manager should have at his fingertips and that we struggle with because the team is new, young, and immature. But they're getting it. They're getting there.
All right, thank you so much, Jude. Anything else or anybody else on the panel? If you have anything else you want us to talk, you go ahead. Otherwise, we are going to call it a day.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that having what Thiago, Carney, and those sort of player on the bench, that's if they are fit, is like a good depth. So we also need that too. We need to approach this game like it's the final, because if we don't have that mentality, we might not scale through. So we're expecting a win and nothing short of a win. This is Leicester City. Yeah, it's some people might say it's a strong team, but we also have to remember that it's not a bigger brand name than Chelsea. So our boys should live up to expectation. Hopefully we will win, and I really want us to win the FA Cup too. We need to, like Roger said, it's not a God given right. Yeah, but looking at where we are coming from, we just need to try to, to still give us some sense of dignity and shut those guys that Bobby complained about, those brown envelope media guys. Yeah, thank you.
Can I
Right.
just add one thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Well,
Just
Roger almost always has one thing to add. Let's hear
no,
that
no.
one
I
thing.
just
Now, I'm just kidding. It's just funny the way you always say it, but go ahead.
no. I'm going to throw a spanner in the works, and that is
What?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, listen, it's a long shot, I should say, but to me, the most natural person to take over Enzo's passing ability as a registrar, I would say, would be Palmer playing that position. But obviously, he's made the right forward he's nailed down that position. But I wouldn't be surprised if he actually see him. I
In a
don't think it
different
will happen
position?
in a far deeper position, and Madueke playing on the right, just as an experiment. It would be interesting to see. Would it come to fruition? I doubt it, because he's solidified that right wing. But he has the ability. In fact, to me, he's the only person that I feel is a natural replacement for Enzo in that position, based on the ability in his repertoire of passing skills. I don't see anyone else that is naturally as instinctive as Enzo with regards to setting up and creating. So because of that, I would like to see that. Will it happen? 5% chance probably, but I would like to see it. Who knows?
Here's how I see it. Whatever he does tomorrow would tell us a lot. Yeah, it would tell us a lot. So it makes sense, Roger. I think I agree. We've talked about that before. That was when we had that discussion on what we're gonna do if Enzo isn't playing, isn't available for selection. So, but yeah, we agreed on that day that Palmer can fulfill that role effectively. Carney can also fulfill that role effectively. Which is why, yeah, has led to me saying, whatever he does tomorrow will tell us a lot.
Yeah, just food for thought.
Thank you for bringing that up, Roger. Anybody on? Go ahead, Roger. Were you saying something?
Yeah, I was just saying it's food for thought. It would be interesting to see Palmer in that number 6 instead of Enzo and Madueke playing there. I would like to see how he bosses the game. But
chances are Palmer plays deeper and Gallagher moves on to where he's been playing for a while.
Yeah, that's another alternative, Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
thank you
anyway,
so much for
just
that.
thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Anybody else on the panel has anything else to say before we call it a day? Jude, Bobby, anything else?
Nothing more to say. Yeah.
No, nothing from
All right. All right, thank you. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. It's been an excellent discussion. I enjoyed myself, and I hope you all enjoyed yourself. Tamidayo, thank you. Constantine Dante, thank you. Namaya Fawale, all of you. Mabas 05, Keyshawn, the New York guy joining very late. Josh, my bro, was here. All of you in the chat, and if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. I'll see you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb. A new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes. Taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great. Popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. Man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the a.m. that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work